Good evening, everybody. Thanks a lot for joining us. I'm just reading some of the comments. I don't know if the intro needs to change to include me doing a full Celtic kit warm-up, but what an awful thought that is. We are live, guys. We are getting ready for game week. Oh, Jesus, I'm losing track of the numbers, but there's just been so much happening at a whirlwind pace. And for the game week preview, as always, it is myself and my co-pilot for this evening, as always, is Harry Trades. Harry, my man, how are we doing?
How we doing, brother? Yeah, I'm freshly shaved for the first time, lads. I'm clean shaved. I've actually
Uniques change you, Harry. You grow up, you know.
Uniques change. 2 uniques change you. Yeah, you
2?
Nah.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
2,
I've got
course.
2. Yeah, I've had the other one for a while, but no.
Of course.
Yeah, no, I'm doing well. Freshly shaved. I'm not ill for once. Feeling good, and yeah, honestly, like so excited for this upcoming game week. I cannot contain myself. Honestly, really pumped.
One thing I'm really excited about for this game week in particular is that I've got no Celtic cards this weekend, but there is lots of European games on. So I've actually got like good conundrums across some teams now, which is like old school lineup builder, which is going to be good fun. So I'm looking forward to it. I think I've only got like 2 playing goalkeepers, and I'm gambling on De Kaiser, which is obviously on to nothing.
Big,
it's just
big gamble.
Just like, I've got spare pieces, and it's like maybe put them in a team just in case on the off chance. But that's like the extent of what I've got. It's not very much, but so I've got a lot of outfielders. So there's lots of either ors laid out and whatever. And we were messaging back and forth. I think it must have been yesterday, Harry. Quite rampantly. Another reason I'm looking forward to this is will be one of the last streams that we do, probably in the evening. We're going to have a new game week deadline, and I would love to do this show. I was saying to you beforehand, like, wow, could we do this like 2 hours beforehand? We've had the press conferences in. We can go through predicted 11s, man. See for the last couple of hours before our deadline. It's going to be mental. I think it's going to be good fun.
Yeah.
So, everyone who joins the stream tonight, I want to say this so nice and early in the video. Even if you're watching this after we've been live, drop a comment down below. 1 p.m. UK time, 2 p.m. UK time. What do we think? What would be a suitable time? Because again, equally, one of the things I like about doing this at night time, which is fine as well, maybe we keep it here, is that you've got some time in the morning to maybe catch this if you missed it when it was live. But the problem is we will get data, we will get information. We always do between 11 and 1. There's always news of any description going around. Oh, we've lost Harry boy. He's away to get some sleep. He thinks we're going to continue the show tomorrow now. So I'm only joking. He'll be back in a second, I'm sure. But yeah, so that's what I was thinking. That's what I was wondering. So if you're watching this after we've been live, fist bump, thanks for joining us. Drop a comment of that down below, what you would think about any change, or the change we're going to get to the deadline. Do we make a change to the show in kind? Harry boy is back. Harry, can I hear you?
Yeah, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yep.
I don't know what happened then. I just had a black screen, and that was really weird.
Well, what you've done now is actually much better. Your screen's actually, your camera is actually a full rectangle rather than a wee square now. So
okay. That's really weird.
So I was thinking, like we do this show now as it currently stands. In the last couple of weeks, man, an hour and a half, we're getting through a lot of really good info on players, predicted teams, prize pools, all that good stuff. So, I think, starting at 1, if the deadline's at 3, we're also picking teams right up to the deadline, what prize pool we're going to aim for. I think there could be lots of good stuff, starting at 1 o'clock and running all the way to the line, as it were. So, let us know when you're here tonight, your thoughts on all that. Harry, I'll let you talk now, sorry.
No, sorry, I was just thinking when you said that about the Friday thing, but I mean, I'm just looking at what Georgie's saying now in the comments. I mean, there's been mixed sort of opinions on the new deadline and what that's sort of meant for certain, regions or whatever, which is a different conversation. But I was just thinking then for us in terms of like, doing a show on a Friday afternoon instead, when we normally do it on a Thursday night, especially for European competitions, players are still playing as we're speaking, if that makes sense. So like, I'm like, oh, well, do I play, Vinny Jr. if he doesn't get, what I'm saying? Like, you don't know if you're going to be able to play these guys. Where if you're doing it the complete next day, there's just
who played first night.
What played. Yeah, who played. Who got injured. Who didn't get injured. Played well. And it's just like you're not. Yeah, you sort of find it's nice because every time we stream on Thursday, I'll always go on like after stream and tinker things because you just don't know what's happening. Like things are happening, right? Yeah. Where if we do it on a Friday, it'll be really interesting. Like you said, right up until the deadline, people can actually watch us. Like the teams, our lineup submit live, if that makes sense. So there's no tinkering. It's done. And we know it at that point. We know everything we can know. If if there's any more information, then we can't do anything about it. So no, I think in a weird way it is cool. But like I said, there has been a lot of uproar as well in the community in terms of like the K League and whatever, and we'll see what happens with all that. But yeah, different topic for another day, I guess.
Yeah, in terms of the negative implications for sure, because like the K League one, like I wasn't in the Twitter Spaces. I missed it. Unfortunately, I was recording the End Product podcast with Stish and Nep, and I went to try and catch a replay of it, but I don't think it was replayable. But from what I'm told, like
Okay,
the
yeah, I
K
didn't
League
listen either.
situation
To be
was maybe
fair,
a wee bit brushed off as like, oh, it's not that big of a problem. And I think depending on how you, from what I got from listening to the Andes, it depends on how you contextualize it. It's kind of how you can form that viewpoint, and obviously completely not equally on the other side of it. So yeah, I'm not going to pretend to know the ins and outs of it and have any strong opinion on it. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, but it's not something I know. But
no, I just know there's just like there's certain game weeks where players will have like a goalie from one player, but then their outfielders play on the weekend, and obviously they can't have full teams and whatever, and that is obviously massively frustrating. Like I'm sitting here in a privileged position to where like that doesn't affect me, but that doesn't necessarily mean I can't have an opinion on it. And I don't think it should change, because I think I don't think you should piss off anyone personally. Like just because the K League and that sort of like region of Sorare is smaller, by numbers, just purely by numbers, in compared to the European side, the America side, or whatever. I don't think that's right. Still, personally, I don't think you should be pissing off anyone. I know there's some situations where it's like the lesser of two evils. Like you're always, someone's going to be pissed off at some point, regardless. It's just just rectifying that where possible. But like the thing the PSU said I watched the strategy show yesterday, or most of the strategy show, and he was saying like, for certain parts of, in the summer, like when there's no European football, just change the deadline to accommodate for the Asian leagues and stuff. Do you know what I'm saying? Like make it more friendly then. And then when Europe comes back, change it back, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like just make it a bit more flexible rather than having like a specific time forever, and that doesn't change. I think we probably need a bit more flexibility with it. Obviously, you can change region times as well. People have mentioned like change the lineup lock times for the Asia region specifically and leave everything else. I think it gets complicated, but ultimately there's solutions. There's solutions to people being pissed off, I think, and I think they need to find them, because I don't think you should be pissing off any part of your sort of customer base in that sense.
Yeah, that's you always want a solution where no one's upset, of course, but
of course,
I think like unfortunately, sometimes it's one of those ones, breaking an egg to make an omelette. Like I remember being really frustrated around the whole D2 championship players situation, like losing them at a Challenger was a bit of a, really screwed me for Challenger. I was coming into this season thinking about Marcelino Nunez's and Taylor Harwood Bellis's and stuff like that for a whole region, and then it's like, nah, you need to go and play them in this rubbish region. Well, I'm saying that, colloquially. And that was the sentiment at the time, was that, there's this new D2 division where you can go and win these other cards. But as we've seen, some of those guys in La Liga 2 and France 2, some of them are killers, but that's another point, I suppose, as well. But like, it's one of those ones where like the mantra of the company is like, for the ultimately to get the best game outcome overall,
so definitely.
I think there's plenty of time for them to still make amends on any of these things, and they seem to make an effort of sorts to
for sure. 100%. There's definitely been improvements.
One thing I'll say, we're a little bit early on the stream, Harry, because this is something I don't ever do, but I think we need to.
Go on.
We'll be doing a giveaway tonight as well. We'll be giving away from the Road to Glory video. Somebody got a winning vote on that, so there'll be a card given away. But there's also a poll on the YouTube page. You can go and enter that. There's only about 40 entries, and one of them tonight will get a card. But if you could do me a favour, we've done a tweet tonight, right? Earlier on today. Where are we? It looks like this, and it's on Twitter. If you could just go and hit a wee like and a retweet or something on that, it means a lot to me and Harry Boy, who are sitting here. It just means more people can maybe find us and join in the conversation and help us all pick the best teams possible with all the latest and greatest of intel that's out there from all the Sorare scouts and managers from around the world, So to get on with tonight, Harry, as well. We've obviously got some moving goalposts. We look forward to hear from everyone on that. Fist bumps on arrival to everyone, of course, as per usual. I see in the crowd we've got Jonathan Gargi, of course, Grant Smith, Batman Abs, Rascal Misaki, Pablo Bro, Jeremy Graham, Charlie Dunbar, Ian Sorare. There's a few names repeating here. Torador, sorry, I see you, my man. JM Footy, Joe Ducey, Jeremy Graham, bunch of legends. Mohammed Yazan, Ugo, Joe Ducey, I see yous. Thanks for joining us all. Will Orsic start? Now, there's actually been a lot of transfers happen over the last couple of days, Harry. Like, I'm hearing Jan Sommer might debut for Bayern Munich. I'm hearing
Yeah.
Depay could debut for Atleti. You know, there's actually been quite a hectic wee couple of days in the window, and unusual, and obviously Orsic moving to Southampton. You know, so there's a few kind of unusual people in some unusual places, let's say, at the moment.
Moving parts for sure. No, I saw the players in training today, to be fair, with Atletico. I also saw, Sommer's been training as well with Bayern. So yeah, you could expect debuts maybe for both of them this weekend. I'm just trying to think who else is Trossard to Arsenal's an interesting one.
Yes, that just happened like in a couple hours ago,
Yeah,
didn't it?
literally. Yeah,
Castellanos to Brighton, it's on.
Is it happening?
I think that'll happen now, eh? I think he does good in
Do
the
you?
Prem.
I mean, yeah, well, yeah. I mean, no, I'm not saying he won't do well. I'm just thinking, is he a Trossard replacement? I don't really know in terms of like for like, but it's definitely a new body in the team, if that makes sense. But Brighton are flying right now. And yeah, I had a boy that I told you about, Quinny, Henrik Araujo. Remember I told you my Benfica won the kid.
I do remember, yeah.
He's moving to Watford. On loan, and there's something in his contract. This a friend of mine showed me to say that if they basically saying here, if the forward doesn't play 75% of the games, they have to pay an extra 1 million to Benfica. So yeah, that's always welcomed when you own a card like that on Sorare, isn't it?
Yeah, Jesus. You've just reminded me there as well, just talking about some of that stuff. I've actually got a little bit of a sweat still on this game week, Harry. I was on the podium, but we've got some games in Belgium, and my Celtic stack. Oh, I've got you on screen. Sorry, I was just had to fix that as well. The Celtic stack dies in my head. Unfortunately, didn't get a goal for me yesterday, but I was sitting in second, and in the 2 games in Belgium I've went, and I'm sitting in 6th. There's only prizes for 8th, so I'm still just about hanging on. For a wee super rare, unfortunately. If Maida done anything, like I'm 30 points, I'm still like 40 points off of number 1. So if Maida had done anything last night, or maybe even if I'd played maybe Snodgrass or something, I might have still been right in amongst it. So that's the only thing that's left for me this game week. But it is like we were mentioning earlier, there's Thursday night games in the game weeks, and they do have implications, not just on the leaderboards, but obviously for other teams we'll come to look at for this game week. But yeah, so tons of stuff, moving pieces coming into the weekend as well. The Challenger roster, obviously, there's no Celtic. Celtic are playing Greenock. And so for me, it's the return of the Bundesliga. We've got a bit of La Liga action. Coming into the weekend, Harry, what is it you're kind of looking at yourself, mate?
Honestly, like it's funny. My teams are looking very similar to last week's, if that makes sense. Like all the same teams kind of play, and fixture wise, it's sort of planning out to where I've got a really nice little I normally only play three lineups, but all three, mainly the rare ones, but my rare under 23 lineup, pro and just normal rares, are looking really tasty in terms of fixtures. Barca and Real both have good fixtures. Burnley at home again. Benfica have a nice fixture, even though they're away. So yeah, there's a couple of nice tasty ones in there. Luckily, they just all fall nicely for me this weekend. But I'm sure I'll pay the price in a couple, well, probably next week, I imagine. But I'm actually really excited for quite a few select fixtures.
Yeah. Otherwise, Challenger, I'm just having a glance over everything. Challenger is jammed. Everything's on. It feels like really across the board. So I don't know if I'm actually going to be swimming with the sharks this week or not. Actually looking at how competitive the fixture list is. I'm still scrolling for days. It looks like everything is fully on. Like I see Mexico,
Croatia's
I see all
back.
sorts of stuff. Croatia, Switzerland.
Yeah, Turkey
aren't huge leagues, but they're all here. Everything's here.
Yeah,
it feels like
100%.
Scotland.
100%. And it was. I saw yesterday, wasn't it? Carter Vickers was absent. Was that known, Quinny, or was that a shock?
Total surprise. I see. Wee Joe in the crowd as well. Fist bump. Good to see you as well as Gaza, TNFA, Sorare, Jonathan B. But no, that was a total surprise. Like I think everyone, including myself, predicted Carter Vickers to start, but the manager said that he picked up a wee bump in the semi-final. I think he's probably just been given the week off, but because we're playing Greenock at the weekend, really what's the benefit of him playing last night? If it can give somebody else some minutes and concurrent with the Greenock games, then somebody's getting 180 minutes back to back, that could be quite a good little, for lack of a better term, training exercise for like Yuki Kobayashi or Starfelt playing on the right centre back. So obviously the manager's got a great quote. He said earlier this year. He said, "I hear everyone try and figure out what I'm going to do with only 10% of the information I've got. If they had all the information I've got, I'm confident everyone would make the same decisions I make, you know."
Yeah,
So
that's
like,
good to
it's
know.
one of those ones we only do know a tiny wee bit. And when I was recording
Yeah.
the Celtics Are Here podcast with Declan this morning, like we
Mhm.
was saying, like it's actually out now for anyone that does want to catch any Celtic content, but like he was saying like, oh, the manager always tells you how it is, because he was talking about some youth players that the manager gave a green light to. So if you're interested in Celtic youth players, you may want to give the podcast a listen this week. And I was like, equally, I was like, but he's a lying bugger as well. But how many times has he said somebody's fit for a match and then they're not in the squad? Or
Yeah.
he's done stuff like that a bunch of times where he said something and led you down the garden path. He's put, I can't remember who it was, but one time he sent somebody up for media duty. And normally, if somebody does media duty, it normally means they're in the squad. It's like the captain, vice captain, or something. And then people are
Yeah.
like, oh, that means so and so's going to start then because he was doing media, and then the guy was on the bench or something. You know, I kind of. So he's being fly with his team. You know, so he's definitely is.
Yeah.
He does. You know, so again, what information that 10% we have, sometimes you don't even know how much of it is bang on or how much of he's winding you up with. You know, so
100%.
that's the
No, it's
jeopardy we've
tough.
got with
It's
Celtic, but
and
unknown.
and
Completely
with
like
other
Carter
clubs
Vickers.
as well. Was it? Yeah. Because I saw McBride had him in like every lineup possible.
Yeah, no reason
Like
not to.
legit. Yeah. No, of course. Yeah, it's tough.
So he's going to miss
Really
the game
tough.
in the weekend. I think that's kind of. I think, like I say, they said they picked up a knock in the semi-final, but I think the probably just said, "Here, big man, have a week off." You know, like
Yeah.
these guys will play. You take the week off and then come back. You know,
Recharge. Yeah.
we've got another midweek again. And do you know, mate, I heard a fantastic statistic on that podcast Declan gave me, and that
Go
is
on.
Celtic have not lost a domestic home fixture midweek since
Yeah.
April 2016.
Jesus Christ.
A
That's
midweek
insane.
domestic fixture Celtic have not lost since 2016.
Wow. And
So
who'd they
all these
play?
midweeks are coming, man. I'm like, yeah, keep that rolling.
Yeah. Yeah. I
So,
love it. Who they play midweek, Ronnie?
next week, I forgot who it was. It's maybe it may even be Kilmarnock or something again. I've kind of lost track.
Okay.
So I've just was paying attention to this little window for about a week there.
Yeah.
I've kind of lost my bearings. It's not. I don't think it's anyone to particularly worry about. So we've got other games coming up, stuff. I'll recheck at that. But we'll get into the main fixtures for this actual game week as well. For us,
Yeah.
we've got Dundee United away. So that's
Okay.
away. It's not home. So that's
Yeah.
So that's maybe not quite in line with the stat there. But anyway, that's by the by. So because there is literally the whole globe. We're not going to troll through the entire fixture list, Harry, right? But what we'll do is we'll kick off with All-Star in terms of like how the matches are listed. The first one's Croatia, right? We'll have a little peek into Croatia and see if there's any fixtures there that really kick out. We'll have a look at Zagreb predicted team, maybe Hajduk split or something like that. We'll see what's on Play Sharper and what we can get away with.
Yeah.
And we'll kind of
I'll give you my.
we'll just kind of bump through Challenger or something and kind of go. Oh no!
Yeah.
I tell you what. See, before we do that, probably
Go on.
the thing the thing we should start with, right, is we've got the La Liga draft and we've got the Bundesliga draft. Should definitely start with those two leagues. So we'll start with those two guys because we've got the draft. We can all do it. We probably all are doing it. So we can have a look at players and teams, predicted teams and whatever. And then I'll show my team, show your team. That's a good wee part. And then I can probably do a wee giveaway, and then we can charge on with as per normal. That sounds like a good little running order for the next little 20 minutes or something. That sounds fun.
Let's do it.
Right, awesome possum. So Bundesliga. Let me go and find it. Oh, no, let's just do it on Play Sharper. Let's just get it. Then we've got them all. So Bundesliga is probably the one I'm the most excited about because we're just getting this back. It's the first fixtures back post World Cup after the winter break. Now Germany is used to having a winter break, so they're quite well prepared with this kind of returning to football kind of session. They've had a cup game, I think. Some of them they've definitely had a couple of friendlies and whatever. So a lot of these teams we can get some good intel on them. And again, Play Sharper, the guys that run this are based in Germany, so like a lot of the intel is on the site re this. We can maybe talk about the intel and the that's on Play Sharper. If you've seen the goalkeeper in Turkey debacle last week, So, but with Germany, I believe that I would believe they would have sound info on here. In that respect, not to say that the other thing wasn't sound, but.
No,
60
definitely.
40s. I don't think we're going to get that for goalkeepers in the Bundesliga. We're going to get 95s and stuff overall.
Yeah, 100%.
So, on the kind of thing you're looking at, Harry, did any of these fixtures jump out as a standout of a heavyweight against a minnow?
Yeah.
Oh, Harry's gone. Harry will return. Don't worry about I hope. Well, let's have a look at Frankfurt against Schalke, right? Because Schalke are a horrible team. There's Harry back, nice and quick there. Harry boy,
My back.
we've got you. Yeah, we're back.
What
We've got you.
happened? Did
I
I
don't know, mate.
leave?
He just popped, man. Just popped. I
Interesting.
took a gamble on it being Frankfurt and Schalke being one of the better games available.
Yeah, Frankfurt Schalke is up there as well. To be fair, so you got Dortmund Augsburg is higher up ranked in terms of win percentage for Dortmund, and then yeah, Frankfurt is a nice home fixture as well against Schalke. Other than that, Cologne at home to Werder Bremen is arguably an okay fixture.
Cool.
Same for Union Berlin and Hoffenheim.
Now, have a look at this, Harry boy. We're looking at the Schalke team now. We're expecting them to get gubbed, right? But Jordan Larson is 65% on to start this game.
Interesting.
Is it going to be the return of the prince? He's not the king, of course. That's his dad, but I'm excited about it. I might watch this.
Possibly.
Definitely I will be watching this. I've got Trapp as a goalkeeper as well. I think that's who I drafted. Jesper Lindstrom. So the Schalke team, other than Jordan Larson, doesn't look that exciting, right? So I don't know.
No, not
This
at all.
Perraud guy puts himself about. I've seen Schalke play once this season. He puts himself about, but I don't think otherwise I would be too excited about any of these people. But the Frankfurt team, last year's Europa League winners, still in the Champions League knockout stages. I forget who they've been drawn against. Formidable at home. Very strong, very clear identity in this team. And it looks like World Cup hero Muani is going to be starting up front, anchored by Götze and Jesper Lindstrom, the dweeb that I love to hate, as it were. The Denmark international, here he's here. Doesn't he look like, the only word I've got is dweeb, I'm sorry. But he's great at football, scores goals, and who am I to call anyone a dweeb really at the end of the day? Midfield four of Knauf, Kamada, So, and I don't know this lad, Dina. Oh, maybe I do know Dina. I think I remember him playing for PSG, but I didn't know he played for Frankfurt, or that it was a right wing back, so he looks to be playing. And then the back three, this will be, it's actually Frankfurt completed a wee transfer today, but we've got a few guys in here. I know Indika, but this Jakic is a new name to the party, I think. He is a 25-year-old Croatian defender, and not too sure how much he's been playing. Last 15, he's played 60%, yeah, so he's maybe just coming into the team or something. He's a new name for me. And Smolcic, who is a 22-year-old Croatian defender also, who's played 47% of the L15, right? But he's playing more recently. He's coming more into the team over recent times. We can tell that at a glance. So maybe some interesting U23 defender options to maybe pay attention to in this match. Kamada, I think, is signed on to be moving to Dortmund in the summer. Great attacking mid, loves to get in the box. Sometimes can be a bit of a ghost. Can be great in a fantasy setting like we're talking about, but if he doesn't get decisive, he will let you. He is a letdown. No two ways about it. But Frankfurt at home, they're big favourites. What was the other games you gave me after that, Harry?
Dortmund. Or did you do Dortmund?
Oh, Dortmund. Okay, Dortmund at
yeah,
home.
Dortmund's. Yeah, that's the best fixture this game week. Like for Bundesliga.
Yeah, totally. So we've got Kobel in goals. It looks like Sula, Hummels, Schlotterbeck, and Guerrero will make up the back four. Very formidable. Ozcan, Bellingham, and Royce in a midfield three, with Brand Muokoko and Malin making up the front three is what it looks to be here. And this is a very dynamic and exciting Dortmund team, no two ways about it. And a lot of people are talking about Haller making a return. He's expected to make the squad and will feature from the bench. And a target man striker like this, we've seen it before. They only need 10 minutes, 15 minutes. They can get you a 70. Is equally as likely as a winger that starts the game, in some instances. So it's definitely a good cheat code option. I know a lot of people will be looking at. Augsburg, I don't know if they're quite to be written off. They're not great, I suppose, on paper, but a lot of they've got a few individuals in that team. Like Gumney's a Poland international. Ruben Vargas has got previously good scores. Arne Meyer is a wee bit of a hero. And then the guy Elvis, I can't pronounce his second name, but he can score okay as well. And then the Nola defender, he's not bad either, eh?
Yeah, he's decent.
But yeah, Dortmund look like good attacking options. I think Royce as well, his L15 is so terrible. He's cheat code as well for this Bundesliga draft. So if you're getting two Dortmund players in, Haller and Royce, I think that's a tactic a lot of people are exercising in this Bundesliga draft, particularly this game. And like we've seen with the Global Cup, getting the first game week down can be a big part of any kind of overall leaderboards, because they can be the game weeks you can predict for the best and execute a draft selection on the best. So what we've found so far. And then what was the other one? Union Berlin were involved, I think. Hoffenheim. Oh,
yeah.
What does the odds tell you on that one?
They've got Union Berlin down as at a 43% win percentage, so not crazy high, but they do think it's a decent fixture for them.
Oh, it's a good fixture for Berlin. Okay, I was hoping it was be
Hmm.
the opposite. Yeah, so Berlin's sitting in
No, no.
fifth now. I thought Hoffenheim were up in the top six as well, but they're actually down in 11th. They've actually had a bit of a fall over the last 2 or 3 matches before the break then. But yeah, the Cologne team looks really, the Union Berlin team, I beg your pardon, looks, Haraguchi, Trimmel, Becker, Sobashu, if that's how you say his name, Daniel Duike, Robin Notch, and the Ronald, the goalkeeper, is in, but I think they've also just signed the goalkeeper, so I don't know if there's a wee bit of something to watch out for there. I'm pretty sure somebody was talking about Ronald maybe now not being totally nailed there, down to a transfer or something. Please check into that. But yeah, looks like
That
a really
was
strong team.
Sam mentioned him on looking up with Laird. To be fair, he's a big
Oh yeah,
Ronald stan. Yeah.
nice. I don't know if that was earlier today I seen that, or if I've maybe just even imagined it, but I'm sure that maybe Berlin signed the goalkeeper. They're rumoured to be getting a goalkeeper. Um,
Hmm.
because the Hoffenheim team looks good, man. I didn't even know that Dahlberg was in the house, but Dahlberg and Kramaric up front. This guy Baumgartner as well. I think he's U23 until the end of this season. He is
Hmm.
very, very much slept on. If he was 18, he'd be people would put him in the same breath with Wirtz, but he's like 24 or something like
Yeah.
that. He's very good when you watch Hoffenheim. His scores are good if you look at them as well. Angelino and Skov on the wings looks tasty. And in that back
Yeah.
three, all of them are good for triples and passing, all sorts of good stuff. You know, Voigt, Kabak, and then Soke. And then Oliver Bowman's probably one of the great budget goalkeepers in the Bundesliga. So Berlin definitely a good team on paper. I suppose the odds are favouring them as well, but I think Hoffenheim definitely not to be written off. They can score goals. I don't see anyone getting a clean sheet in this game.
Yeah.
Hoffenheim don't make a
Definitely
clean
not.
sheet themselves, so probably be goals galore in this one. And then in Germany, was
Yeah.
there another one that was a standout at all?
Not really. Well,
I
no.
think we'll look at
Leverkusen
Leipzig.
away.
Leipzig then.
Yeah. Leipzig got Bayern, haven't they? I think so.
Yeah. So Conrad Leimer's confirmed he's going to be going to Bayern in the summer, but it looks like he might start
Hmm.
this game. And the predicted team still has Blaswich in goals. Guardiola will start with Hausenberg, Orban, and Simikan in a back four. And then we're going to see Schlager and Leimer along with Olmo and Soboslai with Silva. It looks like a really good Leipzig team. It really does, but um, it's just Bayern. It's just always that Bayern element that could come into it. Kimmich expected to start. Goretzka back on turf. Sommer 75% on to start. Upamecano, Leroy Sané, and Gnabry starting on wide with Musiala in the 10. Very strong Bayern outfit.
Yeah.
Have you picked up any Bayern players for the draft, Harry?
Do I have any Bayern players? I do. I have a Joshua Kimmich.
Fantastic.
Yeah, that's all I've got for this. Yeah, for the Bundesliga draft in terms of Bayern players. To be fair, um, yeah, I don't know. I haven't really looked at it too much. I've picked up a Wirtz. I picked up a Muani. Ginter, Kobel is my starting five for now. But yeah, I'm not sure if I'll make any adjustments to that. But yeah, that's basically it. I'd say for Germany, to be honest.
Grabbing our peak. Let's see. I'm going to open up Wolfsburg, Freiburg at the top. Let's have a look at the team. So Casteels looks like a good keeper. His L15 is quite expensive at the moment, but in defence, Van de Veen at 51.
Good
Max
player.
Arnold
Yeah.
at 64. Felix Nemeka at 43, by the way, could be a steal if you look at his L 10 versus his
Hmm.
L15. It's much better. Kaminsky, see if you watch this Wolfsburg team, Patrick Wimmer, Jonas Wind, and Kaminsky, all three of these guys will impress you. They're all pretty good. Freiburg have had a
Yeah.
good time this year, but with Flecken and goals, really strong backline there. Kubler, Ginter, Lionheart, and Gunter. Midfield at
Hmm.
Eggestein, Hoffler. Front three, Gregorish, Dohan, and Grifo. So should be a decent game as well. But again, I think like all these guys have got really low L15s. That whole Wolfsburg team is really L15 under 50. The whole team really.
Yeah.
And if they do have a good result, one or two of these guys will make a part in that. Max Arnold's probably the safest bet, but Vimmer and the Mecha look like not bad shouts.
Yeah, I won myself a Kaminsky a little while ago, and I just haven't been at. Well, obviously he was in the World Cup, so I was able to use him a little bit there, but I haven't got a forward for this weekend, and I would have loved to have played a little cheeky little underdog team with Kaminsky, and so yeah, I'm trying to work on something there, to be honest.
Fair enough. I'll show you my Bundesliga team that I've ended up with across this.
Hmm.
So I'm quite looking forward to this. I've not watched as much Bundesliga this year as like last year or whatever, but quite chuffed with my team, and you might think I've been a bit mad maybe with some of my picks or whatever, but so I can't even remember the full eight I picked now, but this is the team I've went with. So I went with Trapp in goals, Angelino in defence because I think he's on set pieces and could get decisive and all that good stuff. I went with captain Julian Brandt. Now I know Royce maybe a wee bit of a better shout, but I don't know. I just fancy Julian Brandt to maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I just think I like Julian Brandt, and I wanted to pick him alongside Max Arnold, and then I've put Andre Silva up front. I think I did pick Timo Werner as well, so I might even double up on front now that I see that. Yeah, I did. So I had Bowman as my other goalkeeper, my other midfielder is Brandt. Oh yeah, and then my other forward was Werner. So, but it's Bayern Munich, I guess. I think that's the part. But I think Brandt might have the. I don't know. I just fancy Brandt as a differential. He's still involved in that Dortmund going off if they have a big game. But more people probably do have Royce, and I think Brandt has got as good a chance of scoring as good as Royce, really. It's kind of how I've worked it out. So I hope to do pretty well in it. The prize pool, again, it's not much to speak of. 200 cards, decent. For a beta, can't expect too much. I maybe got a wee bit of criticism for that one last time, but hey ho. But yeah, it is a beta. It is what it is. 200 cards. We can maybe go for it. And Harry, I've got your screen on now. Oh, look at your team. Oh, so you went for the worst then.
Yeah, I've gone for the Words captain. I would go with Kimmich captain, but tougher fixture. Well, to be fair, Words' fixture isn't much easier, I guess, away to Gladbach. But yeah, I did go with who's my other couple of players. Let me have a look. I think I went with Haller. Let me see. Yeah, I did go with Haller. I just picked a random goalkeeper that was
11 again for Leverkusen. I think I missed that one. I missed that one.
Yeah,
a second,
Wirtz is in there somewhere, and then I've picked a Guardiol. Nice. Yeah, so I'm excited. Nice little 5 players. Something extra for me to chew on. I've got no like attachment to it. You know what I'm saying? They're commons. I have no attachment to them, which is fine. But it's just nice to have something else in the race, I guess. And it just makes me really excited for this Bundesliga restart.
So I've got the Mönchengladbach team up on screen now. So it actually looks quite strong. Ben Sebaini, Elvedi, Ikura, and Joe Scally make up the back 4. But the goalkeeper now is not going to be Sommer, of course. It's either going to be Omlin or, less likely, Olszewski. Julian Weigl, Manu Kone, Lars Stindl in a midfield 3. And then a front 3 of Jonas Hoffman, Marcus Thuram, and Alisson Player. So good team from Gladbach, and they like to score goals as well. And Chappie's good, man, at L1539, but I don't see them keeping a clean sheet. But works obviously at the 0. Frimpong's maybe not a bad shout. Halsik, if he's going to be playing, he's 40%. So we have a toss up between 3 guys, I reckon, to play in this position. So undetermined, but yeah, Wirtz looks good. But it's just I've got a Wirtz. I'm going to play him in my real team, but I didn't want to draft him in this because I thought maybe I'll play with somebody else that I've not got a card of, kind of thing. But yeah, it looks like this will be a really good game to watch as well. I think this will be end to end. This could be like a 4 each game or something. Both teams love to attack. Definitely. And especially with Mönchengladbach missing their goalkeeper and Leverkusen going up a level with having Wirtz back, should be a good in-game dynamic, I think.
Yeah, no, I'm just really excited to see Wirtz back, to be honest. I was tempted to try and pick up one of those Wirtz off Pavel. He ended up getting 2 in he's still got 1, but he's only got the midfielder left, and I'd probably rather the rear, if I'm honest. The forward, sorry. So yeah, I don't know. I'm sort of torn on that now too.
Yeah, fair. So that will probably take us on, Harry Boy, to La Liga. Now, have you got a La Liga draft team yourself already? Did you do one last time?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I have one. Ready to go.
I wasn't too sure because I almost forgot about the draft for I think maybe the second game week or something, and then I can't remember. I almost forgot about it on one occasion and I didn't. So I just wanted to double check because I know sometimes there's so many things coming out. It's like, oh, there's this to draft a team for from scratch all of a sudden. Kind of idea. Do you have any games that really stand out there? Is any heavyweight one-sided affairs?
Let's have a look. So Barcelona have the best fixture in all of Sorare this weekend.
Barca do against Getafe, no way.
At home to Getafe, they have an 82% win probability, which is the highest of all teams, and I'm very happy because there's no forward that can play this weekend apart from Ansu Fati. Ferran's suspended, and so is Lewandowski, and so I'm a very happy boy this weekend. But yeah, best fixture on Sorare this weekend, apparently.
Look at the team as well. Really strong top to bottom if you've got any of those cards. Gavi, Pedri, FDJ getting in as a midfield three, and then Usman, Fati, and Rafinha. But here, I don't think you should be writing off we Getafe just yet. You know, like you never know. Like could be a tight, nasty affair. We'd love to play on the counter attack. If Iglesias starts as well, that's I don't know. I wouldn't rule it out. I think my boy Soria is on for a mad score if he doesn't concede 3. If he can keep it to 2 or less, like he could be on for a mad score if he faces lots of shots and stuff. So I'm maybe a wee bit hopeful for my goalkeeper in this situation more than anything else. But yeah, huge game it looks like for Barca. And if you've got any of these guys at limited level in the draft, especially, depends on who you can squeeze into your team. Because looking at this, Dembele at 49, Rafinha at 48, even Fati at 31, huge picks. Even Koundé at 50 isn't a bad shout either on defence. And again, like there's going to be lots of AA. That's the thing with a Barca team. Even if they do only win 1 or 2-0, if you get the key guy that gets enough AA and one of the assists, then you're going to be one of the key players in the game. Because La Liga is a specific division that we're all competing in. There's not that many high-scoring forwards, you know. So, you know, depending on what one you pick and what one actually happens to go off is going to be a real deciding factor in this draft, you know. So I executed a swap earlier on mine, and we'll maybe come to that, I suppose, when we come to showing our teams off. But yeah, huge fixture for Barca and Getafe. On that note, Harry, have you swapped any cards on any of the drafts yet? Done that process yourself?
I haven't. No, I haven't. I've just seen the option here. To be fair, I didn't really know that was a thing. But yeah, I haven't honestly. Yeah, I haven't honestly. Yeah, I've just not got around to it. Yeah, I don't. I mean, I'm happy with my 5 this weekend, so I'm not really in a rush to really need to swap anything. So yeah, that's kind of my thinking. Have you done any swaps?
I did one for La Liga, but I'll show you that when we get to it. I just thought I'd ask, see if you'd got there as well. Any other games in Spain that jump out as a big one-sided affair?
Yeah, Atletico Madrid at home to Valladolid is massive as well.
Music to my ears. All Black should get a clean sheet. That's what we're all praying for. Marcos Llorente, Griezmann, Morata, Koke. We're expecting to see Memphis Depay off the bench. Kondogbia, DePaul maybe comes off the bench. Lamar. Not any amazing scorers here for the draft. I'm looking at the L15s more than anything. But I think Llorente at 49 is a good shout if you're looking for a midfielder around that 50 spot. And Valladolid, yeah, I don't think there's anyone here worth looking at or considering. But yeah, maybe All Black's going to come good this game week. That could be fun. And Molina, you know, attacking right back, you know, he could do something if he doesn't give away too much possession. So that could be a good heavyweight one for sure. Looking at La Liga, one of the ones that definitely caught my attention is potentially one that could score pretty well is Valencia at home to Almeria. So Valencia weren't in the first round of the draft, I don't think.
Yeah, that's the third best fixture in La Liga. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So we've got Justin Kluivert, L15 of 41, Samuel Lino 51, Cavani 49 is the probable front three starting in here with a really solid midfield. Yunus Musa, L15 40 by the way, or 39 it is here, but it'll be 40 on the draft, is a great card, a great midfield option. For AA, especially if he does, he's very box to box, and if they're going to dominate a match at home, he'll be in the final third more often than the defensive third, and that's normally the games where we get some love out of Yunus Musa, so he could be a good shout. And in the back four, I can't really speak about much on any of them except for Gaia, but his L15 68 probably prices him out of a lot of teams. And Mamashvili L15 50 is probably a solid shout if you've got 50 points for a keeper.
I'm just having a look here. We also have Sevilla and Villarreal both at home, both arguably good fixtures. I mean, Sevilla at home to Cadiz and Villarreal at home to Girona.
So Sevilla have got Bono in goals. Looks like one of the best keepers to have in this draft. He was super cheap at the beginning. And yeah, great option. Back three, it looks like of Loic Bade, Fernando and Tanguy, with a midfield four then of Montiel and Navas on the wings, Gudelj and JJ centre mid, 2 attacking mids and Oliver Torres and Rakitic, and then in the Serie as the target man. Nice Seville team.
Decent team, yeah. They're struggling right now though. They lost last week to Girona actually. 2-1. Tanguy scored and then gave away the goal that lost the game for them, which was great for me because I am a Tanguy holder. But yeah, other than that, Quinny, there's that's basically it in terms of like, you know, good fixtures that stand out in La Liga.
At home as well, you said. So let's see Villarreal now. Villarreal,
yeah,
Girona.
apart from
so Pepe Reina in the goals, back four, exciting back four. Juan Foyth, Albiol, Pau Torres, Alberto Moreno on L1540, attacking left back, who will get into the final third. Could be a great option. Danny Parejo, Danny P on an L1561, Etienne Capu, and Alex Baena. And then up front, Chukwueze, Gerard Moreno, Jeremy Pino, L1538. Exciting team. Girona have not been doing well. They've not been winning or anything. But it looks like if they play this team, finally, we'll see their best midfield free play together, which will be Garcia, Herrera, and Romeo. Rodrigo Riquelme, L1540, is a great shout. Loves to shoot from range, very creative, likes to dribble. He could be a great shout. Tati Castellanos up front. And in the defence, Santi Bueno's a decent centre back. Arnau Martinez, I'm a big fan of at right back, as well as the left back, Miguel Gutierrez. Big fan of him as well. Both of their L15s are pretty affordable for attacking fullbacks, I would think, as well. But they don't have a good game. They're away to Villarreal, but just in case you want to catch them.
Villarreal have just gone 2-0 up against Real Madrid, by the way, in the Cup. So,
Wow. Great
yeah,
time
Chukwueze
for Villarreal.
Chukwueze and Etienne Capoue with the goals. Tell you what, Real Madrid are struggling right now.
Yeah. Who's been missing
Big
out
time.
of that team? Has it been Cruz or has it been who's been missing?
Honestly, no one. Cruz isn't. Well, I mean, you could argue Modric, but other than that, I wouldn't really say there's much missing. In all honesty,
Just a bit loss of form then.
yeah.
Oh, I just closed something. I didn't mean to close there. Sorry. Fair enough, man. Well, I was just about to. So, the prize pool for the La Liga draft as well is 200 cards. We're looking at now. I made a swap. I swapped out. Yeah, it's not even displayed in this team, but I swapped out Borja Mayoral on 43 points to bring in Memphis Depay on 40 points. Because with the draft, you can only, when you give the card back, you get the draft coins you spent in the first place. And then again, that's your same budget to go and get the replacement. So now that Depay is in the building, he's going to Atleti. I want to swap him in. So I've done that for the Borja. But I'm going with the Seville defence stack. I've then went with Sociedad in midfield. Who's Sociedad got? We didn't look at them. I went with Captain Griezmann up front. What have Sociedad got? Sociedad away to Vallecano. Not great odds for an away team, I don't think. Vallecano look okay. Sorloth, but the Sociedad team is such a nice looking team, especially in attack. You know, Sorloth, Take, Braze, David Silva. Looks like no Marino. Oyarzabal is back in the house as well. He's playing again.
Marino's not starting, is he?
Maybe he's on yellow card suspension because I don't see any other reason he wouldn't be starting. But it looks like Iliara Iramendi. I think he's like 35 or something now at this point. Bit of a veteran, 32, former Real Madrid player. He's been around in La Liga for ages. You maybe know him when you see his full name. He looks set to play. His L15 is 44, and he's not normally a starter, so that's probably why his L15 is super low. So maybe he's worth looking into as a guy who, when gets 90 minutes, actually does like Mikel Merino scores or David Silva scores or something potentially. So you could be a wee shout. So I've went with Silva and Mendes in midfield anyway. Hopefully they do the business against Valladolid. And who did you pick, Harry? You're picking your team now. You're doing some frantic swaps, as we see.
Yeah, well, you just told me that Marino's not starting, which changes things for me now because, I'm struggling for an extra player basically. So I've got Mamadashvili, Correa, Dembele, Lee Kang in, and I need an extra now basically. So, I'm gonna have to bring somebody in. I don't know.
If that's what he's worth to you. You've got a lot of options, I think.
Well, I'm going to swap Eunice UL as well. So I'm going to do 2 for 2. So I've got 107 points to play with. Who do I go with here? Danny Parejo, is he?
He's like 60
looking.
points.
Yeah, I think.
Good fixture at home.
Parejo. Yeah, I like the look of that. I'm tempted to go with Parejo there, and then as my 46-point forward.
Well, can you take somebody from Barca? Can you take a Gavi for 46 or a Rafinha for 48? Have you got a Barca room in there?
Is Gavi 46?
Yeah.
Wow.
Pedri 60. FDJ 61.
Yeah, Gavi is 46. I can take 2 midfielders, I get. Well, no, we'll get rid of Parejo. We've got 61 for a forward then. So we can
You've got each one already.
Yeah, I've got Usman. I can't get another Barca boy. I could get somebody from Real if I had them. Oh, how much have I got? Oh, I need one more for Benzema. What is the
Uh,
chances of that?
what about who else has got a decent outlook overall?
Who else is out there? I can't go for Fatty anymore.
Gerard Moreno, what's he costing?
Moreno could be an interesting one. Yeah, good shout.
63.
Ah, Jesus Christ.
Bummer.
Absolutely killing me. Joselu,
What about
who they playing?
62? Joselu is always scoring. Espanyol. Joselu plays for, isn't it? Espanyol.
Yeah.
I don't see them here. Am I tripping?
Let me have a
Oh, they're at
look.
home to Betis. So he's at home.
I don't mind that. Let's put him in. Let's see what happens.
If
How
anyone
do
gets
I
some
like
Joselu, I'm loving the
find
content.
how do I finalize this trade? Is there
I think they're
anything I have to do?
maybe that's it. Oh no, it
Really?
says -1 on your budget. You're a coin out.
Ah, that's why. Yeah, I'm a coin out. That's why.
No Joselu.
Okay, so no Joselu. Somebody in the 50s. It's a weird
Samuel
like
Lino at 51. Good AAA, but Valencia are not a great attacking team.
You know what?
We've
We're
got a
just
good
gonna do it,
fixture.
Quinny. We're gonna trust your instincts. Oh,
Lino.
I can't have more than two. No, I've already got two.
Valencia players.
Jesus.
What about Tati? What does Tati go for? 43? Nah, he's got a rubbish game. I wouldn't go with Tati.
We can't go.
It's difficult because you can't go back to the... Oh, what about Aspas or something? Aspas is 61.
Wow, it was written. It was written for us, Quinny.
Here we go.
Here we go. I'm back in action. So we'll go Mamadashvili. We'll get rid
Shaka
of.
Boom, I see you. There you go. Fist bump. Great minds think alike. Griezmann,
Love
what's
it,
it? Oh,
Shaka
what's
Boom.
Griezmann's? Again, didn't even look at Griezmann.
63, I think he was.
Oh, is he?
Do I go Gavi or Aspas? Oh, actually, you know what? We're going to get rid of Lee Kang in. We're going to go Gavi and we're going to go Aspas and we're going to do that.
Oofed. Love it.
I like the look of that.
Who's your
Gavi,
alternative to Correa?
Mamadashvili.
It's a good game for Valencia, but I suppose defensively, yeah.
Yuri, yeah.
Good game for them. Good stat carry. I like that
that's
team.
my best bet, isn't it? Yeah, I don't mind that. I don't mind
bet.
it. Okay.
Nice
so
team.
that's La Liga out of the way. What have we
Liga
got
and
cooking
Bundesliga
after
drafts
that?
locked and loaded, fully optimized.
Yeah.
Drafts are done, and we're both buzzing with our teams, I think, aren't we?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I'm just trying to have a look at the rest of the fixtures. What we got going on. I mean, like you said, we're not going to go through every league, but I can give you I can give you some. Yeah, I can give you some really standout fixtures and maybe just go through them for now.
Yeah, let's hear it.
So obviously, like I said, Barcelona do have the best fixture on paper this weekend. Second to that is Manchester City at home to Wolves, which we obviously won't go through. But third to that is Dynamo Zagreb. So we said Croatia's back. Dynamo Zagreb have a great fixture apparently at home.
Dynamo Zagreb.
Yeah.
2 seconds. I was getting something else sorted there. I'll go and open that up and we'll see the Zagreb
No problem.
team. But I've just seen a comment there from, who is it that said it? Sorry, Pierre, fist bump, thanks for joining us. He's asking what happens when one of your draft players moves out of the league. So it's the exact same principle as what we said before. I'm just going to set up the giveaway for when we get ready to that, Harry. But yeah, it's the same principle. So whatever you paid on the draft for Danjuma, when you give him, you just give him back to the draft and you get your points back and you just pick somebody different. That's the same. That's the way it goes. He's just, you can't use him. You're not going to get you're not getting La Liga points for him scoring at Southampton or Bournemouth or whatever, is going on. I don't know where he's moved to, sorry, Danjuma. But I've got the team ready now. I'm just going to swap your screen back to mine. And yeah, so Livakovic still in goals. He didn't move to Bayern in the end. Satalo is back in this team along with Moarami, Peric and Lubicic. Midfield of Ademi, Bulat, Emreli, Ivanusic, it's Spikic and Dermich. Oh, Joseph Dermich is going to be an absolute killer, by the way. Has he been playing much for them? I remember they did transfer. Has he been playing? Has he been doing good in that league? L5, 100% played. Yeah, he has been playing. Has he not been doing amazing? He's like a good enough striker. I thought he'd do very well in that league. Surprised he's not smashing. But yeah, strong Zagreb team, and they've got Zagreb. That's the thing with Zagreb, is at home in that division. Look at that, it's top v bottom in the Croatian league. Like,
Yeah.
Zagreb at home, that should be if you're building a Zagreb team, this is the game week you're waiting for. Top v bottom at home, full strength. It looks full strength enough to me, I suppose. I'm not Josh Forth. I won't be able to. Or maybe there's a wee bit people missing or something. I don't know. But looks like a smasher.
It does, yeah. The split fixture as well. They're at home. Just staying on brand with the Croatian league. They're actually the 7th best fixture on paper, apparently. According to Sorare data. So I'm predicting a very, very high scoring challenger week this week, with Dynamo Zagreb up there, Split, PSV are also up there, Sporting, AZ, Benfica, Galatasaray. Yeah, there's some big games. But yeah, PSV is the standout game in the Eredivisie. Madueke just recently transferred
to Chelsea.
To Chelsea today. So that leaves a gap in their sort of front line. Yeah, I'm hoping Jorge Vitesse, my boy, can step up maybe for a few games and maybe nail down that right wing position potentially. So yeah, I'm interested to see.
Got the predicted team here. It looks like El Ghazi, Simons, and De Jong will be the front three for the weekend, with Gutierrez, Sangare, and Veerman in midfield.
They're basically dropping. Well, they're basically bringing Xavi Simons forward in that sense, and rather than playing him in the 10.
Yep.
And then Veerman's one forward, and they're bringing Gutierrez. Well, actually, to be fair, Veerman didn't even start last week, which was really interesting. That was a big shock to a lot of Sorare players. So yeah, that is a big fixture in Eredivisie. Alongside that, though, is the AZ versus Fortuna fixture, which is big. They're at home as well. I think we'll see some big scores there for sure.
Let me see it. Sorry, AZ. Oh yeah, at home at Fortuna. So
yeah,
Velthurst, the back four, Sugawara, Mad Chaz. Zeno van Hoosten, he's returned. He's back. Kerkez at left back, and then Reindeers and Classy in midfield. DeWitt in attack in mid, and a front three of Odgaard, Pavlidis, and Jesper Karlsson all look nailed on. I can't believe Zeno van Hoosten is back, maybe being useful on Sorare again. Used to love a wee bit of Zeno.
It's because Sam Bukema got injured last week, and he's out for a few months, so he came on to he came on to replace him.
I love a bit of Zeno. Old school wonder kid who's always injured and been transferred. He's just got that wee bit of potential, man. Just that wee bit. If he can get some games out breaking. Well, look forward to seeing how he scores this weekend. That's a good one. Zeno van Hoosten. Good outfit for AZ. But Sittard have got Burak Yilmaz up front, so, and Ivar Pandur in goals. So they're not to be totally written off. I know are they bottom or something?
They're no mugs. They drew with PSV last week, I think 2-2. So they're definitely no mugs, 100%.
Yeah, so I don't know if we are quite going to take a clean sheet out of this game, but yeah, probably good AA for them. They'll probably be attacking quite a lot and whatnot. So yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
But the actual standout game in real life football in this division is Feyenoord against Ajax. Of course, the two of the heavyweights going at it, first versus third. The Feyenoord team does look pretty strong. We've got Justin Bijlo, Pedersen, Gertruida, Hanko, and Hartman. Now, Hartman suggested in the Road to Glory. I think that will come out as a little short. But this guy this is a wee U23 defender you might want to watch out for. And if he plays well against Ajax, maybe Ajax will be watching out for how well he does. And you know how that storybook goes. Midfield, it looks like Weaver. Mats Weaver is going to be in midfield along with Szymanski and Kokchu. Now, this guy, what a name. Weaver? Never heard of this one.
Weaver.
Mats Weaver. Lovely ginger curls on the lads. U23 until 2024. L15 of 37. That's a totally new one on me. And who am I to laugh? Scored a 90 in the last game with a wee cheeky assist. So those wee ginger curls, maybe he can play some football.
Yep, can't fault it.
So yeah. And then a front three of Johan Bash, Danilo, and Paschal. Not familiar with Paschal. And then for Ajax, you might hear the Ajax team, Harry Boy. Really in goals. Jorge Sanchez at right back. That's a new one on me. Jurian Timber, Calvin Bassett, Owen Weindahl. And then in midfield, Edson Alvarez, Kenny Taylor, Berghuis, and then a front three of Brobbey, Bergwijn, and Tadic. Should be a blockbuster in the Eredivisie this week for sure.
Yeah, big game. They've been struggling recently, Ajax, so they really need a result here.
This manager's not been convincing. You know, I said it on
No.
John's got a playlist on his channel, like his old channel, the one before the subs on it, and it's called Meet the Manager. And me and John sat when we did in Spain, and he was like, "Oh, something whatever, like say a prediction kind of thing that people can come back to you on in a year or something." And pretty much to the effect of what I said is when Ten Hag leaves and when some of these guys leave, like people that play Sorare only know Ajax from Sorare. But I've followed football for a long time, and I know Ajax don't win the league every year. And I know Ajax don't always have a team full of amazing players and blah, 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 the rest of it. And it feels like this manager is definitely not getting to tune out the players at the moment. You're definitely right there, Harry. And we're maybe seeing a wee bit of just organic football. What happens? You know, managers leave.
Yeah.
There's a lull. Players move on. There's a changeover period. You know.
Did you see the Blind's interview regarding the manager at Ajax and stuff and how he dealt with his situation?
No.
Oh my God, it's unbelievable.
Read
Well,
it out, sorry.
it's a bit of a long thread to be fair, but he basically said that like he completely pushed him out of the team and stuff, and there was a game against, I think they played like Walwick or however you pronounce it, and they were like, weren't playing well, weren't pressing well, and the manager and Blind basically stood up in the change rooms and said like, Gaffer, like, you're the manager, you tell us how to press, don't like we can't have it like, we can't. We need to know, we need to be definitive in what we're doing type of thing. And he just told him to shut up and sit down basically. And then after that, Blind completely got wiped out. Like he didn't even wish him good luck for the World Cup. Like he was like literally as if he didn't even, like he didn't, as if he didn't spend 20 years of his life at Ajax basically. And
Wow.
it was, like Van der Sar wouldn't speak to him. Huntelaar wouldn't speak to him. It was like a really like cold turkey him big time.
Wow. That's mad. Oh yeah,
Yeah, it was
there's a
nuts.
change in the guard in the changing room then for sure. I forgot even about Blind
Yeah.
leaving as well. I was thinking more about the Anthonys of this world and Lisandro Martinez's and whatever. But we've got a nice little comment. We've got a couple of nice comments to maybe bring us back into a little bit. Channy is telling us, fist bump Channy, thanks for joining us, my man, that Weaver is actually quality. And I love it when Channy says somebody's quality. So I very much appreciate that. But also Jeremy Graham has said, what do we think about Atlas versus Querétaro? Or Querétaro? So it looks like Atlas have got, like, they're not in any draft system, so I don't know why I'm looking at their values of their L15, but looks like a kind of strong team. I don't know. They're at home. The goalkeeper looks to have good scores on him, certainly. And Atlas, Atlas, what do we know about Atlas? I think that's Camilo Vargas. People like to use him. I don't really. Julio Furk, I know he can score goals sometimes. Abella, I had won his Super Rare once and gave it away for bugger all, basically. But yeah, I don't know much about this game. It looks to be, it's the beginning of the Mexican League. The odds are over here on Play Sharper, I've got this as quite an even affair. XG for Querétaro, the home team, is 1.38, and the XG for the away team is 1.34. Clean sheet percentage probability for both is around 30%. Also, feels like a game that's 0-0, 1 each, 2 each, something like that, in terms of odds reflection, like no clear winner.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple of goals.
Yeah, I probably have to agree with that. I tell you, a good little player I used to have him is Luis Reyes, the left back. Likes to take set pieces. Good left foot on him. Doesn't like to defend, but loves whipping a ball in.
Nice. It's a new one on me for sure. But yeah, that's what I think about that league. I'll catch up with some of the comments as well, because I know there's been a bunch of stuff getting shouted at. There's a lot of people trying to help us with the Spanish striker earlier, Harry. Man City are losing 2-0 to Spurs. Shaka Boom, I do not give you fist bumps for comments like that. If you want to gamble, let's gamble. Why nobody does well at Atletico? I'm missing a conversation here. You guys have maybe had amongst yourselves. And then a wee bit of German chat. Hoffenheim need to play the main man, Tom Bischoff. You could say that again. Smolich for 35 points earlier on in the Bundesliga draft is a banger, by the way, says Jonathan Gargi. Jonathan likes to watch the Wonder Kids coming up, so definitely take a bit of stock with that. And yeah, I'm not too sure if there's anything else here. Konyaspor, yeah. Good chat so far, guys. But yeah, it's going to be an active game week. We've only really done the main kind of bread and butter of like kind of Champion Euro. We've touched now through Portugal, through Netherlands, but the other league you started to touch on there, Harry, with some of the important fixtures was Portugal. So we know the big three in Portugal are always primed for good fixtures. And at first glance, it looks like Sporting Lisbon certainly should be in the driving seat this week for odd probabilities and all that kind of stuff. Is that what you're got there?
That's correct. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, at home, 73% win probability percentage, 55% clean sheet. So stacks, obviously defensive stacks are looking prime
Huge.
for clean sheets there. And then obviously, good odds to score three or more as well. So, yeah, Sporting have the best fixture apparently. Benfica in second, and then Porto in third in terms of rankings. But all have still. So you're looking at 73%, you're looking at 71%, and you're looking at 66%. So obviously, all big teams, even though two of them are away from home, all primed to win their games. Hopefully.
Yeah. Now, Benfica have got an interesting situation at centre back where there's a bit of a coin toss between a few guys that don't regularly play. So I think I must signal maybe Otamendi's unavailable for this. But Antonio Silva, Alexander Ba, Odysseus Grimaldo, Enzo, Florentino Luis, Rafa, Goncalo Ramirez, João Mario, Arunes, more likely than Neres to start. Really strong Benfica team. And Santa Clara is one of these teams that I've seen, and again, regular viewers of the Premier League, you can make memes all you want about Darwin Núñez, right? But this Santa Clara team that Benfica are playing at the weekend, if you've got Benfica cards, Darwin Núñez scores hat-tricks against Santa Clara. That's the sort of team he'd come off the bench and get a hat-trick against, So this could be, even away, a very, very good fixture, to say the least. I did have Sporting on screen. I didn't read out their team. Punchline is, Poite's back. The team's very predictable for Sporting. Every time I look at it in this show, Harry, it's always the same Sporting team that plays. Very consistent, very regular starters for the most part, But the third one, let's look at Porto, see if there's anything mixed up there. They're away to Victoria Guimarães, who I don't think they're in the bottom end. Yeah, they're sixth in the division, so they're definitely not total write-offs when they're at home. But the Porto team looks pretty handy. Marcano, Pepe, and Diogo Costa make out that kind of defensive trident there at the back. Wendell and Pepe, fullbacks. And in midfield, Galeno, Uribe, Grujic is finally getting game time, and Otavio. And then up top, Taremi and Tony Martinez. No João Mario, Harry boy.
I know, yeah. He got an assist last game as well. I captained him. He had a great score for me. But yeah, Pepe looks to be back. And for whatever reason, Mario's been great, though, the last 3 or 4 games. He's literally been really, really good. They've not really lost any games. And yeah, I'm quite surprised that Pepe just walks back into that. But, regardless, I do think Pepe's a better player. But sometimes, you have to kind of wait your turn in that sense. If you've not played bad, it's hard to drop a player, I think. But yeah, interesting, that is.
Of course. And we're catching it in the live chat here from Diogo Vieira Borges. Fist bump, thanks for joining us, my man. Otamendi's on 5 yellows, hence that gap in the Benfica defence there. But some very strong Portugal cards. And again, like you're saying there, a lot of these teams are quite reliable in that sense of who they're going to be playing in the game weeks. And these forecasts are normally pretty spot on. So Challenge Europe, even without the Scottish League, is still pretty damn competitive. We've still got Turkey.
It is.
Is there any fixtures that are going to? And we've got Belgium, so we'll have a glance at both of them. Of course we will. So Turkey, is there any fixtures in here that really stand out? And then what are the ones that do stand out?
There is, mate. Yeah, Galatasaray at home, Trabzonspor at home, both 70 and 69% win probabilities, 55% and 50 clean sheet probabilities. And yeah, some big chances for big scores, I think, here.
Yeah. So Galatasaray are at home to Alanyaspor. What are you saying about? Is this goals? Is this clean sheets, Harry? What's this game look for?
I mean, yeah, it's basically identical to the Benfica fixture in the sense of numbers. They both have basically 70% win percentages and a 50% clean sheet. So, I mean, yeah, you'd have anything around 50% for a clean sheet probability, as I see on Sorare is a very very decent percentage, I would say. So yeah, I mean, you'd have to fancy playing your defensive stacks here 100%. If you're not playing them here, you're not playing them anywhere, really.
Sure. Yeah, that makes sense, man. We're just catching a comment actually as well from Julio Alves. João Mario and Cardosa are starting almost for sure. Conceição does not chance the lineup when he is winning. And
interesting.
Before I left that, there was a 10% chance he plays left mid. So with maybe that's where he ends up. I don't know if that's where
I don't know.
Julio Alves thinks he ends up, or if he thinks that no chance that he'll keep the right back spot over Pepe. So it gives you a bit of a headache, Harry. But Julio Alves seems convinced.
That's interesting, Julio. Yeah, very interesting. I mean, I don't need to take the risk. I have other forwards, so I probably won't play him. But I do definitely value your opinion for sure, and I will definitely have a double look over things for sure.
Nakajima is back in a scored league. So I
Okay.
don't know if any of you guys know Nakajima, right? I don't really know him that well, right? But in like one of the last iterations of FIFA I played, he was one of the fastest guys in the game, and he played for
Okay.
Braga, maybe Porto or something. Yeah, it must have been Porto. He's got cards for Porto. And he went to. By the time I came on the game, he had cards, and I thought, oh, you know what you do, you look at FIFA cards and whatever, you know. And he's been in Saudi Arabia, but it looks like he's back now. I wonder when he came back. If
Interesting.
I totally
Okay.
missed this, I don't know if he's that amazing, you know. But I just seen that there, and it made me a wee bit like, oh, back.
Nostalgia.
Yeah, maybe not, you know. But it's just one of those guys I looked for right early on. But that's him now. I've got that Sam Nicholson. I sold my first Sam Nicholson a week ago. I don't know if anyone really knows.
Okay.
I'll tell this little story. I think you know Harry.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
got a couple of scores on it now. He's been playing for a lot. Oh, he played in. I got some utility in. Wow, he was playing in Portugal for a wee while.
Mm-hmm.
Went back to Portugal since he's had a card. Interesting. It's not cheap either. Worth looking out for. 28, by the way, he's super quick, according to FIFA. So yeah, he's in that team for Alanyaspor. What was the other game, Galatasaray? Somebody in the comments is saying Benfica is worth a shout. Not Benfica, sorry, Fenerbahce. I beg your pardon.
Yeah, Fenerbahce, but also
Trabzonspor is the one you said. So yeah, I've got
Trabs.
Trabzonspor on screen now.
Yeah, I'm looking for the Fenerbahce fixture. I'm not seeing it very high up at all. So I don't know how good of a fixture this is really on paper, but we all know football isn't played on paper. So, I will give, if people have insights that I don't know about, then that's fine.
Right back.
I'm sure. Yeah. I'm not seeing it at all, to be honest.
Fair enough. Well, looking at the Trabzonspor team, Bruno Perez looks set to start. Mark Bartra, El Mali, and Victor Hugo are all high-scoring defender cards in this home game for sure. Huge odds. Like Istanbul AS are second bottom, and Trabzonspor. I don't think they're doing that great in the league, but last year they won it. So like they've got a good squad around them. They should be in the ascendancy. They should be recovering into the top four. You would imagine that's
Definitely.
the objective. Bakasetas, Bardi, Trezeguet, and Omur, along with Siopsis, make up the midfield, and then the target man, Maxi Gomez, up front. Very good team. If you can get the right cards, Bakasetas, Maxi Gomez, and then those defensive cards, I think you could help you on for a good game week for sure.
I did find Fenerbahce. To be fair, they do have a good fixture, 62% win probability. I for whatever reason just couldn't spot it, but yeah, it is in there. It is a good fixture for sure.
They're away to bottom in the league. So bottom of the league is at home. Michi Batshuayi, there's not a lot of definite starters here. Ener Valencia, 70%. Batshuayi is at 60%. Joshua King at 40%. So between three strikers, you're going to get 90 minutes between them somehow. Good luck with that. Diego Rossi, former LAFC player, starting in left wing. William Araujo, don't know this guy, but he's got a cool Brazilian name. Miguel Crespo and Kavecki make up the midfield. Ferdi Kadioglu is in left back. Akayadin, who I picked up for the foundation, he's playing, kicking ass and taking names. Slazai and then Oyusu Samuel make up the back four. And Altai is a goalkeeper. But I'll go check out this William Araujo guy. He could be worth looking at.
Adana Demirspor have a decent fixture as well, to be fair.
Adama. Let's go get Adama.
Yeah.
So Adama Demirspor. Where are we? Oh yeah, so they're at home to Gironspor. So Osbeer in goals, Svensson, Manev, Gulner, Rodriguez in defence. Midfield, Onyekuru's in the wings, Pape Nadi, Stambouli, Akbaba. But I don't really like that team, but it's a good fixture, Harry. It does look good on the odds here, right?
Yeah.
See it over here to the left on Play Sharper. Fair enough. I don't really like their team anymore. Oh, this wee guy's 30. It's just with those mad curls. He looks like a wee Marcello type of player. Maybe been a wee wonder kid or something. Good scores, by the way.
Yeah.
He's only recently signed from Flamengo. He's not been there that long. He could be one to watch out for. He's a wee bit slept on, perhaps.
Yeah, definitely.
One of these Turkish boss AAs that we get,
Mm-hmm.
For sure. I've got all these windows open for all these players now. Sorry, I've just noticed. Awesome. So, Harry Boy,
and then
Belgium.
Outside of that, Belgium. Club Brugge is the standout fixture. It's as good as
they're playing
it's
tonight.
Just
Bruges and Charleroi. They're playing tonight as well.
Yeah, so they're playing each other obviously on the weekend, and then you've got Genk as well away to UPenn. So they're the two fixtures. USG as well. To be fair, I'd probably say those three are the fixtures with 60% win probabilities or higher. But yeah, like we said, it's tough to see who's going to start when they're playing tonight, isn't it?
I want to take a wee pause on the flow, Harry, because off the back of the Portugal stuff, we get some great interactions there from Julio and Diego, men in the know, finger on the pulse, ear to the ground. They know what's going on. Along with Demi, I can see him getting involved. But also, Siri Korkmaz is here as well, and he's talking about some of the games that we've been talking about. So, Fenerbahce has a good draw. He concurs with that as well. But he says Trabzonspor are struggling with the manager. Bardi won't play. Jani or Yazici would play. And Yazici, we all know what he's capable of. And Siri is telling us he's getting some form in Trabzonspor. Trabzonspor are struggling with the... Oh, he said it twice, sorry. Arda Güler will get some minutes this week as well, he reckons. And very good fixture for Adana. Keep an eye on the new centre-back to replace Akayadin, which is Mert. So very good intel there. And Julio Alves chiming in with Araujo, that Fenerbahce midfielder I looked at, was trained by the coach in Flamengo. The coach loves him. Also, the coach of Fenerbahce is formerly the coach of Flamengo and brought him over, and he loves him. So he could be at 0.2 for a rare. He could be a sleeper of a boss midfielder waiting to happen. Don't know if he's got any supers or if it's worth investigating further, depending on what your taste and what your budget is. But as we know, Turkish league players can be bosses, and you want them at the big teams. And if whatever he's 30, he's not going to get scouted by Southampton or something, or
no,
Girona or something. It's not going to happen. No one's scouting this guy. So, like Guilherme at Konyaspor, that left back guy, he's like 30, Brazilian, at the peak of his career, probably playing at that team. So yeah, maybe a wee one to watch out for. But yeah, just before we kind of charge on with Belgium, I've just thought I'd give that the airtime. I've got an Araujo SR. He's been great for me. Scott Marshall, fist bump. Well done, my man. Good for you.
Nice. That's really cool.
And Finn Crockhart's telling us that Marcano at Porto is a bargain as well. I remember Marcano at Porto used to get inform cards on FIFA a fair bit a season or two ago. That's the only reason I know him. Spanish centre-back at Porto.
30 quid. Well, the problem is Pepe's back, isn't he? So I don't know whether... Is he going to keep starting?
Well, Julio reckons that João Mario is playing at right back. That's one of the things he kind of come back to us on there earlier. So he reckons Pepe's not coming straight back in for him. And he seems pretty confident, man.
Interesting. That is interesting. The thing is, the fixture's not good enough for me to really want to play João Mario that much anyway. So I'm not too bothered. If he was at home, then I'd be like, yeah, fair enough.
Because he's a forward card, you're not getting clean sheet benefit.
Exactly, yeah. But his AA has been really good as well recently, honestly, on this forward card. Obviously, he doesn't get the clean sheet bonus, but to be honest, they haven't even been getting that many clean sheets. So
doesn't matter. He's then not suffering the goals conceded, and he's getting away with it. So yeah,
exactly.
In Belgium, do we have
100%.
any standout games? Sorry, I was kind of the comments distracted me a moment ago, Harry. What was the big Belgian fixture?
Club Brugge at home.
I had them on, but Charleroi, I kind of had to be glanced through. It looks like Moria. The era of Morioka is over. He's missed the last couple of games. He's not started. He's not starting at the weekend, according to this. Zorgan is the man, along with Marco Elamaharita. I practiced pronouncing his name when I won him ages ago and I've lost it. Elamaharita or something like that. Hymans and Beza make up the midfield five. Bukamir, Bagger, Mark, and Coffee in the defence, and up front in Kuba and Ali Godse. Yeah, they don't look that great, Charleroi. But Bruges, under Scott Parker, there's a bit of surgery going on here, man. They're looking to bring in Torgan Hazard, I'm hearing. They're looking to bring in. And I should have signed somebody else, but looking at this team, there's not much changed yet. A goalkeeper. I think they're trying to sign a goalkeeper. Maybe that's one of the things I was seeing earlier on. Maybe I can't remember what it was, but I think they're signing a goalkeeper. So Mignolet, Mata, Odoi, Michele, and Born Meyer make up the defence. Kasper Nielsen, Vanaken, and Onyedika make up midfield, and up front, Lang, Jukla, and Tejon. Strong Bruges team for sure at home. Any other ones in Belgium pop out?
Yeah, Genk away to Eupen.
Genk away to Eupen. So we know Eupen love to concede goals. And they've sometimes got to be an attacker, doesn't mean scoring. Regan Charles Crook, who was one of the top goal scorers in Scotland last year, he's capable in the right fixture of getting a wee decisive. Keep your eyes on him. Boris Lambert in defence, he's always a wee cult hero. Moser as well in goals. But the favourites for this game, of course, are Genk. Big Paul up front. Mikey T, along with Patrick Harovsky, pulling the strings for the guys like Pansil, El Canusi, Heinen. And then in defence, Artiaga, Cuesta, Mackenzie Munoz, and Van de Voort in goals. Love to see it. Good fixture for them as well. Yeah. Riding high in the league at top.
Yeah, flying to be fair, aren't they? And then USG at home to Leuven.
Ooh, that sounds like a good one.
Yeah, pretty nice fixture. 63% win probability, 42% clean sheet probabilities.
Teddy Chuma is in. And
What a player he is, by the way.
I'm not sure
I
many of these
remember
other
when I
guys really
bought
jump out with these huge scorers. Christian Burgess is on great form. Lennon's
Burgess.
got a great
Yeah,
L5. So is Amani. But
yeah, they're a
maybe
weird,
we'll get a
an
wee bit of
interesting
Koki time
team.
soon.
I like Adringa, the winger.
Oh, yeah.
He's a good player. Yeah, really good player on loan from Brighton. He is.
Oh, really? I suppose this is the Brighton feeder
Yeah,
team,
yeah,
isn't it?
yeah. He's
Oh,
top player.
Koki Machida played in a cup game or something, I think, as well. Or he played midweek or something. So maybe there's a wee. Maybe Koki time is not too far away. I've not got mine anymore, but maybe it's not too far away. So yeah, I think that pretty much rounds us up for the fixtures, Harry, doesn't it? We've not talked about
Kind of.
Italy. It's probably the only one on this
Yeah,
screen that I'm seeing that we've not looked at. Let's
yeah.
see if
To
there's
be
any
fair,
blockbuster fixtures or any
Inter,
one-sided affairs.
there's two very one-sided affairs.
I heard Inter. So is it the first one we'll go to?
Inter Milan versus Empoli, I believe.
Okay. And lineup is unavailable for Inter Milan, so God knows who's going to be playing for them. Don't follow
Okay,
them
interesting.
close
And
enough to
then
be
the other
sure.
one is Napoli away from home.
Oh, nice. Salernitana. Napoli
Yeah.
team looks good. Palermitano and Hervin Lozano are on a coin toss for right wing, but otherwise the team looks pretty solid. Merritt, Di Lorenzo, Rami, Kim Min-jae, and Mario Rui. Looks like 60% favourite to start this game. Midfield of Zambo, Lobotka, and Zielinski. Front three of Cravadonna, Osman, and Politano and Lozano on the coin toss. Strong Napoli team. They need to get this league over the line. We're all kind of willing them over the line, aren't we? We all want Napoli to keep going, keep scoring goals, keep putting teams away, and go and win the Scudetto this year. But looking at Salernitana, they've got Piacek up front. Some of you guys might remember Piantic or Piacek, whatever you want to call him. He burst on the scene with Genoa and scored like 20 goals in like 10 games or something. And then AC Milan paid like 40 million for him, and then Hertha Berlin paid like 30 million for him. And then he went to Fiorentina to replace somebody, and now it turns out he's bloody here. And they've got Ochoa in goals, and they've got, a couple other characters here. Antonio Candreva, some of you guys might remember. Tony Valena's been around Europe for a while, and Dia, I think, is featured on some of my scouting videos in the past. So Salernitana, maybe Napoli don't quite get a clean sheet out of this one. They've got some weapons here.
Yeah, possibly. I think it'll be high scoring. Yeah, whether they keep a clean sheet or not, I don't think they actually will, to be honest. I think they'll score a couple, though, as per usual. Like we saw last week against Juventus when they ran ragged, didn't they?
Yeah, for sure. So that kind of takes me, Harry. The only thing I've kind of got to go on to is my lineup builder. I don't think we want to go quite onto You've built your teams already, yeah? How about
Yeah,
flip over
my
to
cup.
You can actually, before we do any of that, Harry, I actually set the screen up and I forgot and I changed it back. We'll do our giveaway, okay? We'll do the Road to Glory giveaway.
Yeah.
So we've got a poll on the YouTube channel, and it asks you to vote for who should stay on the Road to Glory series to be picked. I need to pick them now for the game week. And then whoever nominated the player successful, they're going to win a card, right? But if you get involved in the voting system on that poll, drop a wee comment below, you'll win one of the cards as well, because I've picked up all three of them just in case the prices run away and they became not too attractive to pick up anymore. So this is the post that we've got on the YouTube. It's probably last orders for this. We had 422 votes. The majority, 60%, have spoken for Liel Abada. He's going to be the striker that comes into the Road to Glory series. Great card to add in. Great one, because this Road to Glory series is moving towards capped 240 for limited. Obviously, we've had a bit of an unveiling and the announcement of how the makeup of all that kind of stuff will look. But Abada, as we see for Celtic, he can do 71s in 10 minutes of the match, whether he's starting the game or not. So he's a good one to come in. And the number 2 card from this is Ryan Flamingo. I don't know if you're familiar with this kid, Harry. It's maybe somebody you
I
want
know
to get
his
to
name.
know.
Yeah.
Under
Plays for
23
Vitesse.
defender. He looks boss.
Yeah.
The Sorare manager and scout from around the world that nominated Abada is Liam Mulroney. I'm going to give him that Ryan Flamingo for nominating Liam Abada because it was such a great pick.
That's
and
huge.
That's what we do here. Yeah. But the third pick we've got, which I think this is another one, Harry, could be a great one to look at. He's under 23 forward playing in Austria, and he's on loan, I think, from someone better. I forget the whole background around the guy, but and he sounds like a gangster from the 30s. His name is Maurice Malone, right? So nice. I'm going to give away Maurice Malone, under 23 striker, and let's have a look at him. Let's have a look at the tail of the tape for Maurice Malone. Under 23 striker, I forget who he's contracted to. Or Augsburg is where he's carded for primarily. So I think he's former Augsburg. I think he's on loan from them. And yeah, if you have a look at his little spell that he's had at Wolfsberger Pellets to this point, like, you know, what's that? 4 goals and 3 assists over like 8 games.
Yeah.
A lot of them are congregated together, but he works. He scores goals over there. You know, he can do it. So
100%.
great limited to be given away. Under 23 until 2025. Great forward option.
Like
he's
it.
He's in Australia now. Who knows where he ends up? So we've got, I'm going to refresh the page. We've got 52 comments here now. I'm going to give it away. You guys here, there's a bunch of here. I'll give you a wee minute. If you are joining us live, you can get involved in the giveaway. If you're joining us live, I'll give you a wee 1 minute clearance. I've got 52 comments in this. I need you to like the post because not enough people have liked it. Like the post and drop a comment. Comment can be absolutely anything. Enjoying the live stream, having a great time, blah, 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 high fives and fist bumps and all that good stuff, whatever you want. And then I'll come back to this in a minute. And then the order when I open these comments up, I'll show you when it happens. I'm not going to do it now in case it poisons the water, okay? But when I open this up, the order is random. These comments are displayed in. It's not in order of like time posted or anything. Like, it is all over the place. You'll see that when I do it. And what we're going to do is RNG it, and it's going to be what's on my screen. It's going to come up with a number, and then I'm going to go through the comments and look for comment number 42 or whatever it will be. That's just an example number. That's not what's happening yet. So I'll give you a wee minute or two to do that. And Harry, while you are doing that, Harry will show us his teams as well. While you quickly just pull down the video. You can stay on the YouTube app. You don't even need to leave the video. You don't need to leave the stream or anything. You pull down the video. You hit the like button on this before you do that. You hit the like button on this video. Pull it down. Go onto the channel homepage and then get involved with that post there. And we'll do the giveaway shortly. And Harry boy, you can show us. Oh, I see a super rare team, Harry. What have you got cooking there? Under 23s?
Yes. So yeah, under 23 super rare team to come first. I think this is the least. This team has the least like probability of winning something this weekend, just going off the strength of the other two. But yeah, Gaten cooking goals, actually good fixture. So I'd love a clean sheet, and I'm not expecting one, but I am hopeful. Questa with a good away fixture for Genk, even though he gave away a penalty in midweek and scored like 6 points, something stupid. Mattson with a great fixture at home to Emmen, so that's why he's my captain for this week. This is where it gets a bit funny. So forward options, like I said, so let me show you what I had. We'll get rid of that. So these are my options. Rui Mendes, who got benched last week, and they're playing against NEC, Matsson's team. Away, Emmen are struggling right now. Mendes was on the bench last week, so I'm scared to play him this week. Yeah. Mario obviously was Mario would be the ideal, play here if I knew he was going to start. Vitesse, he might come off the bench for PSV, but I'm not hopeful. So it does fall back on Miguel de la Fuente, who starts every game for Alaves, but that just doesn't score. Yeah, it was like a tier 2 super rare a couple months ago, and I've just kept him ever since. He's got a good XP. He just doesn't score goals. Like, he just doesn't score. And they're up there. They're like 4th in the league, and they're playing Racing Santander, who are very low. So it's a good fixture if he plays, who I expect him to, even though he's been lacking those goals. And Yari Sharon. Good AA score midweek. I don't know how can I show you player stats? There we go. So scored a 57 yesterday, I think Yari did, in a 3-2 loss. So I am a bit skeptical because they did lose. And yeah, that just doesn't sometimes, well, especially with Anderlecht right now, they're in a dire situation. So I don't know what's going to go on there. What I should have done here is I'm just going to show you my other situation. I could play Tanguy Nianzou at home to Cadiz, but again, I'm a little bit scared about his situation. Badiashile is away to Liverpool. He could potentially play for me after a really good game against Palace, but I just don't think it's as good as a fixture as it is for Yari. Thomas Suslov, he's another forward option, actually, but he didn't start on the weekend, so I'm again scared about him, and Nico's not starting for Forest. So I think I'm picking, the 5 players that should start, if that makes sense, which is the goal. I saw somebody tweet earlier, like, Sorare is 50% avoiding DMPs, and it actually is, and I don't like that. I don't like that about Sorare. I would love it if we just knew who's going to play and, just play them and whatever. It's hard enough to win when it's like that. Never mind avoiding DMPs, right, Quinny?
That's why I'm excited for maybe the new Showtime we'll have, because we'll have
I think it'll help
more certainty for more players and more
Definitely.
teams. You know, like
I think
yeah.
it'll help for sure. This is on paper a ridiculous team in
Oofed.
terms of like fixtures.
Wow.
Yeah, like I know it's kind of ridiculous in a way. The only thing I'm worried about is Burnley not getting the clean sheet, even though they've been getting them left, right, and centre. Because
West
West
Brom
Brom
have
do score
weapons.
goals. Yeah, they have goals in their games. And I just that's why I'm not playing my Muric in the under 23 Red Pro team. But yeah, Fatty scored tonight. I just looked. Barca won 5, nearly came off the bench and scored. Pedri was completely rested. Vinny Jr. has just scored as well for Real Madrid against Villarreal. It's 2-1 there, 70th minute. So yeah, I mean, I can't really ask for much more than a 5-man squad in this lineup, really, considering it's not my strongest 5-man squad, which we will get into, which is probably this.
Nice.
So yeah, Costa. I'm going with. Last week I made the decision to play Muric in here, and it paid dividends. Obviously, got the clean sheet, and Costa didn't. I have a funny feeling it might be the reverse this week, so I'm gonna try and play my cards right and guess that Costa's going to get the clean sheet this week, and Burnley might not. That obviously is detrimental to Bayer because he's going to lose 14 points if they do concede 1 minimum. So that is an interesting little dynamic there. But yeah, Florentino Luis and Enzo away to Santa Clara. I expect some big scores. And then yeah, Carlson as my forward against Fortuna. Like we said, Fortuna no mugs, but Carlson's AA has been great recently. I'm just waiting for that DA to kick in, and you're looking at like 90s basically, and he hasn't had one for a little while. I think he had like 5 big chances created last week. It was something stupid. He had like a 30 AA, and yeah, just didn't get the assist that I needed. But yeah, I've sold my Odegaard, so Jens is out the door, so I don't have the double AZ situation anymore. But I do have a little kickoff limited, which I'm excited about. I've got one limited card in my gallery, lads. If this wins anything, I'll give it away because I'm not really interested in limiteds, if I'm being honest, and I only have one of them. So, and it's my really
why not?
Why am I not interested in limiteds?
No, I'm saying why not? Go for it, man. Like, like yeah, you've got. I'm just saying like good entry.
Oh yeah. I meant like I'm not. I thought you meant like why am I not interested in limited?
No.
I'm buzzing to get Suso in. I think he should play. He's a decent fixture at home to Cadiz, and yeah, he's my captain. 70% multiplier alongside Dembele, Morata, Pau Torres, and Big Mama. I've got a kickoff unique, which doesn't have a playing goalkeeper, so it probably won't really do anything. But Zaidu's in there just in case he does play, which he should. He came on against Porto last week, Quinny, and got like a 20 AA. Have a look at this. 19 AA in 45 minutes. He just started munching people. 2 tackles, 8 duels, 1. He just started throwing his weight about a bit. So munching people. So that's what you want to see from your defensive midfield. Obviously, my 2 drafts, and I think I think that's it. 2 drafts, 2 kickoffs, and 323 lineups.
Nice, looking solid, Harry. So I'll have a wee refresh at the page, right? I'll get the wee RNG ready as well, and we'll go and give away our under 23 forward. We'll see how many numbers we've got.
So, Real Madrid just scored, by the way. It's 2-2. I just wanted to update everyone.
Oofed. It's getting tasty.
Yeah.
So we're up to 65 comments now. So another like 12, 15 of you guys that are here. I hope one of you guys win it. So we've got 65 comments there. So I'll go over here. And we're going to change that to 65. And like I said, this is in a random order, so you don't even know. You've got no way of guessing what I'm going to see on screen here. Number 54. So we're going to go, 11 from the bottom? So I'm going to go all the way to the bottom and go up 11. Is that the way it would go? 65? I'm going to count backwards to make sure I don't fuck it up. But that's the way I'm going to do it. So we've got 65 comments. We're going to go all the way to the bottom. All the way to the bottom. All the way to the bottom. Right, so 65, 64, 63, 62, 61, 60, 59, 58, 57, 56, 55, 54! Sorare done!
Wow.
Congratulations.
Love that.
Brilliant, Sorare Dan. Well done. I maybe should have did thumbs up on all them and then hearted his. That'd have been fun, wouldn't it? But yeah, Sorare Dan, congratulations if you're in the house. Drop me a wee fist bump and I can see him and maybe sort this out sooner rather than later. And Liam Mulroney is the winner of the Road to Glory one itself because he suggested the man that won the vote. So if you want to be entered into if you want to be entered into the giveaway like this, the Road to Glory video that are out Wednesday this week, you get into that, listen to what we're going on, how are we building the team, what is it we're looking for, what am I searching for? Drop a comment at the player, I'll preview them in the next video. The best ones make the video, all the players I preview, I cut it into little short pieces and throw them out on the internet. Any social media platform, if you type in 23001, you'll see me with a variety of skin pigmentations. Some of them I'm quite pink and pale, and some of them I'm quite normal looking. And doing all that kind of stuff. So it's everywhere and anywhere, guys. Any social media that you're kicking about on 23001, drop us a share, a follow, and all that good stuff. And yeah, you can catch all that stuff everywhere. But what I do every Wednesday is look at the players you've nominated, pick one, put them in this, and then me and Harry come live, see who won the vote, and keep the player in, and we pick a team for it. So I've now got an Abada added into my arsenal, but I can't even use Abada for Kickoff Limited for the Road to Glory team. And do you know, another thing I was wanting to test out, guys, maybe try and do this with us now. I'm not going to maybe take it seriously this game week, but for next game week, right, you go into Sorare data at your own leisure, search for Quinny, that's me, in case you're not aware, or FC Barcelona, and come onto my page, and all the way over here, click on Lineup Builder, and then what I would love you to do, maybe even do it this weekend. By the time you see this, it might be, yeah, even for this weekend, Kickoff Limited is here, right? And you can build my team and save it. Now, when I come to do this, it doesn't even give me any cards, right? So I'm not even sure you can do it for this Kickoff Limited. I tried looking at Casual League, and it does give me all my commons. So sorry, our data, maybe it's just a little kickoffy glitch from my computer or whatever, I don't know. So all you guys out there, if you could try this, if you can save us, if you can pick a kickoff team for me and save it, please let me know and I'll come back and check it out. Because I can check this tab here that says community building, and it will show me all the teams that anyone's built under whatever division. I'll go to kickoff, and then I should see the teams that you guys have saved. And we do that in the member section for another part of the stuff that we do. And I'm just hoping and wondering maybe we can do that for the Road to Glory series as well. But I do have a Kickoff Limited team to build, Harry. Now, I've got a Diego Costa Limited, not Limited, sorry, Common. Where is he? Why have I not got him here? Oh, is his L15 too good? What's his L15? That comes into it, doesn't it? Bugger. Right, I'm going to play all black
yeah,
common
I think
then. So I've got an all black common, I can play that. I've still got Ryan Flamingo until we give him away officially. What other cards do we have here? It's a new kind of little setup here, isn't it? In terms of where all the filters are, player stats.
Yeah, it's a little bit funkier, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't mind it at all. It's just unexpected, but nice. Yeah, it's cool. So, yeah, Flamengo's away to PSV, so I'm not going to play him. Who else do I have? I've got Guillamon. He's at home to Almeria. He could be good for this. And then in midfield... Oh, Jesus, man, I've not got any limiteds playing this week, have I? I don't know if I can play a kickoff team. I've only got Flamengo. I think I'll be playing the Road to Glory. Won't be playing anything. I don't think we've got a team to play this week. They haven't picked a bad and there's no Scottish fixtures. We've got Kostic. Is Serie A playing? Serie A is playing, isn't it? Maybe Juventus aren't.
Yeah.
Oh, his
Yeah,
L15
Serie A is
too
playing.
good. That'll be what it is. So we're kind of screwed out of that. So we kind of need to wait for the new cat mode to come. I'm still kind of building the team now, it looks to be then. Right, okay, that's fine. So I had some other teams picked as well. Now, what I wanted to do, Harry, was jump into Lineup Builder and have a look at this as well, because I don't have that many teams. I was going to get your input as well as everyone who's watching along with us, what they think, okay?
Yeah.
I tried, but it doesn't... Oh, Jay Vic saying it tries after he changes the scarcity of cards. I can't play the draft players, Quinny, says Ian Sorare. I wonder if that's on draft on Kickoff Limited. Great idea, all of this, Quinny, well done. Thank you very much, TNFA Sorare. I'm trying my best, buddy. All the support means a lot, and it helps us help, you know, do more and give away more. You know, the bigger the channel goes, the better cards I can buy to give away. You know, it's pretty much as simple as that. You know?
Yeah.
100%. You know, that's how the way it works. Madrid to be the third comeback of the night for sure. Kickoff won't let me pull anything up for you either. Yeah, fair enough, my man. So I've only got 2 play. So let's look at All-Star Rare Pro now. I'm not actually going to play. I've got saved teams here from before. Yes, this is kind of the nuts of what I'm looking at. I've only got Soria and All Black, right? So what I'm thinking right away, Harry, is I'm only going to play a super rare team and a rare team. That's all I'm going to go against, right? So what I need to weigh up is how good are my options and what price pools to try and go against, right? So We'll have a little peek at that. We've not really done prize pool analysis yet, but like I'm looking at rare, right? All-Star, 375 cards. There's a fucking 12,000 entrants. How many are seriously competitive? So hard to tell. It's almost impossible, I think, at this point. And let's see what else I have. Champion Europe, I could feel it's all black and Soria, so that's my goalkeepers. So Champion Europe, 265 cards, 1,000 entrants. That's maybe something. Champion Pro, 55 cards for just under 300 entrants. And Champion Super, 20 cards for 90 entrants. But I've also got the ability to play things like Specialist and maybe some underdog entries and whatever. But none of them are really jumping out as being overly appealing. I don't know. Champion Euro, there's 265 cards, but it's only 5 stars and only 15 tier 1. So it's a big tier 2 and tier 3 party going on in there. I'm not too sure. I like some of my fixtures. I'm not too sure that's good enough. I wonder if Specialist has got sneakily good. No, it's not. Wonder if they maybe done that in the fly, but they haven't. All-Star Rare Pro. Now, I've kind of looked at All-Star Rare Pro. So there's 12 stars, but the total prize pool in there, 85 cards, 1,000 entries. I think All-Star is going to be quite competitive. We've seen the amount of amazing fixtures we've got in places like Turkey, Belgium, Champion Challenger, everything in between, you know. So I think All-Star is going to be an absolute battleground of some people will be going in there with some super rare mids and whatever. They'll probably crush it and kill it. So I find it quite hard to really work out where I want to go this game week. I have provisionally, I'll show you what provisionally I've done, right? So Champion Europe, I ended up playing a super rare team here with a rare defender. So I went with David Soria in goals, away to Barca. We just hope he doesn't concede 3 goals. Javier Galan, left back at Celta. It's basically the best of a bad bunch for me. Marcus Llorente and Brais Mendes in midfield, quality options. Enes Unal, again playing Barca, but he's a striker, he's a poacher, plays on the last man, plays on the counter-attack, whatever. Just need him to get 1 goal. It could do something, it could do nothing. The goalkeeper's kind of killer, because if Barca do spank Getafe, if it is a spanking, then any team he's a part of is not going to do too well. It's a very busy game week, you know. What do you think of that team, Harry? Can it fly at the super rare level?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know much about the defender, but I mean, the fact that he's rare worries me a little bit. And then, the Surrey. I mean, I don't mind the front 3. I can see how those 3 could push you, you know, to 260s on a good day, maybe to 300s on, you know, if Bryce really kicks on. I'm just worried. Like you said, it's obviously the Barca, you know, conceding 3+ situation, which I'll be honest, like, you know, for being brutally honest, is probably going to happen personally. It's just if you can get like a crazy good AA score to just compensate a little bit, but it won't be easy, but you just never know. Weirder things have happened, like you said.
Because what I really wanted to do, Harry, it was play that team in Specialist, but see, for a super rare defender, I've only really got 2 options for this week, and it's Pablo Maffeo and Jan Couto. Pablo Maffeo looks to be bombed out in Mallorca. He's not started the last 2 games. I think he started a cup game. And Jan Couto might start, probably comes off the bench for Girona. And both of them are L15 under 40, right? But outside of those 2 guys, I don't have an L15 under 40 option that's not called Matthias Cunha. So that then means I'm playing an iffy defender with Cunha, and then those 2, what I'm going to call stud midfielders, and Brais playing Rayo Vallecano, and Llorente playing Valladolid at home. I think they're 2. So I'd then be playing them with Cunha rather than Unal, and then a bum defender. So I was kind of stuck at that point, you know.
What are you doing in All-Star Rare Pro?
So All-Star Rare Pro, let's have a look at what we could build there. So I've got All Black as the rare keeper, and also I've got Soria as a super rare. So when I'm guessing you're assuming I'm playing All Black, the rare keeper in here.
Yeah, I was just thinking, who are your best 2 super rares this weekend, basically, is what I was going to get at. One has to be Bryce, no?
I wasn't going to play Pro. I was going to just go to a rare division and a super rare division. So if I was to go rare...
I think you've got to play Pro.
If I was going to play Pro, All Black would be in goals at home on full 10%, right?
Great fixture.
In defence is very muddy waters, right? So I've got Guardiola at home at Bayern, Andy Robertson at home at Chelsea, Pablo Mari, probably the best fixture, at home at Sassuolo, but it's Monza, Angelino away to Union, and then Javier Galan for Celta Vigo away to Mallorca. They're my options for defence. None of them stellar.
None of them stellar. I don't mind the Angelino one, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I mean, I just think I think whatever team you could build here is going to be or will have a better probability of winning something than that super rare team that you were going to put in personally, because I
Sure.
think Bryson Lorente, or I think would you say they're the best two super rares this weekend, like fixture
Yeah.
wise?
Hmm.
Yeah, I think they could be wasted in that super rare team. Where in this team, I think you're just giving them a better chance of succeeding. I think, especially with the goalkeeper situation, with Oblak at 10% with a good fixture. I know the defender situation, like we're going over right now, isn't great, but it isn't great in super rare either. So it's not as if like you're losing
Yeah,
anything in that sense. Do you know what I'm saying?
totally. Robertson's
That
nailed
would
to
be
start.
my.
Guardiola's nailed to start. Maybe they can get they're
Mm,
tough games. Chelsea at home, Bayern
yeah,
at
yeah,
home, but they are at home.
yeah,
And they are big hitting
yeah,
players. Dan, go with
definitely.
one of the go with Guardiola, the big expensive defender.
I think, if I had to pick there, going off like what Robertson's been doing recently, I'd probably have to go Guardiola. Even though Bayern, I do think you'd have to go Guardiola.
Yeah. Now,
To
when
be
you actually look at
honest,
the tail, look at the amount of midfield. Can you see my screen, Harry? Are you watching it on the stream?
no, I can see a screen, but I'm a little bit behind. Like I'm watching on a laptop, so
Sure. Now, the
right now I
amount
can
of
only see
midfielders I've
Oblak on
got is
your side.
incredible for this game
Go
week
on.
that have decent fixtures. Like, I've got
Y-
Blaise Mendes. I've got
yeah, yeah.
Balikwisha, who's playing Antwerp. That's probably not a great game, actually. Marcos Llorente. But I've also got Ivan Illich playing Lecce. I've got Amadou Diarra. He's probably not going to do too well. I've got Felix Nemeka at home. I think he'll do well. Yangel Herrera's expected to start on Play Sharper. Pedrinho's expected to start on Play Sharper. And then Works Rare is here too.
Ooh, yeah, that's an issue. Yeah, I mean, you have to play Bryce though, no?
So yeah, let's play Bryce. I think I know a
Surely
great team. Bryce and
you
then
could.
Unal. But Unal against Barca is not great, is it?
No, I
I've
don't
got
love that.
Bio,
That's the
who's playing Rotherham. That's a great game.
okay.
Watford playing Rotherham.
Okay.
That's probably my best
Any
striker.
any other? Is it any other forwards? Sorry, I can't see the screen right now, so I'm.
In terms of forwards, it's Vakun Bio, former Celtic player now at Watford, expected to start
Yeah.
at home to Rotherham, heavy favourites. Or I've got Castellanos away to Villarreal. I've got Cunha away to Man City. I've got Larson away to Frankfurt, actually. And I've got Unal away to
Okay.
Barca. All my strikers are
Mm,
away in shit games.
yeah.
I do have
Um.
Larson according to Play Sharper, 60% on.
It is. You'd have to say Bio, wouldn't you? Surely.
Bios, yeah, I think he's the best forward pick there, no problem. But then that leaves me with an extra spot. And I've got Llorente, great super rare. I've got Wirtz, great rare. And then I've got lots of other question marks that could be okay and
Mm.
maybe formulate a team around them.
How well has Lorente been scoring recently?
Llorente, so I'll show you because he's actually on a wee upward trajectory
Okay.
recently because his problem was he was playing right wing back a lot.
Yeah.
And then he was playing, spelled his name wrong. He was playing out of position a lot of the time. And anyway, the team is kind of coming into shape again. And he's starting to
Hmm.
get back, as you can see the last couple of games here. The AA, 23, 17 and 12.
Okay.
22 and a 2-0 win. 17 AA and a 1-0 loss to Barca. And a 12 AA and a 1-1 draw with Almeria. So,
Mm.
gets a decisive at
Yeah.
72, that's 77, that's 83,
Yeah. 100%.
We cheeky
Yeah. I
assist for him.
think you gotta go. I think you gotta go Lorente and Bryce. Like the team doesn't look aesthetically pleasing in terms of like fixtures for Guardiola, and then you got, Bio, who I mean, he doesn't breathe goals, but I still think that is like that. I'd be going into the game week looking at that, thinking, you know what, this could creep something with that Super Eight team. I'm just like, if Barca score three, the team's done. If we're being honest, isn't it? And I think
Yeah.
that is too probable. As in, like that's gonna happen more chances than it's not for
Sure.
me. And I just think you let Bryce fly, you let Lorente do his thing, and you just gotta hope Guardiola can just really plunger up a good score. Because I think All Black's gonna get a clean sheet if I'm being honest. So with that 10% multiplier, you're looking at 75s maybe if he does a couple of extra points in and out. Like it just sets you up for success. I just think that Soria situation, I think it's a recipe for disaster personally.
Fair. No, good shout, Harry. And I never came anywhere close to building this team that's in front of me now. And as I look at it,
Mm-hmm.
I think, yeah, that team does have a chance, man. I think you're right. Like Guardiola could do all right, and if Bio gets a goal,
It's just Bio and Guardiola. They're the only two. They're the only two question marks for me, really. I'm not saying that Llorente's guaranteed a decisive in that sense, but I'm okay with Black, Llorente, and Bryce doing their thing. All we need is a Bio goal, and we need Guardiola to just fucking last man tackle, whatever it is. Just get us to 60 points or so.
Yeah, I can dig it, man. So I think I'm going to do it. Let's have a look. I've lost my marbles. All-Star Rare Pro, 1,089 entrants. And we're going with All Black, 10% multiplier. Guardiola on 8% out of season, obviously, so that's good. Brais Mendes, super rare. Bakun Bio rare, boom. And then as the final super rare, Llorente at home at Valladolid, yeah. And then captain, do we go with Bio and chase the goals, or do we go with Guardiola and chase the 80?
Oh, good question.
Or do we go mad and pick All Black?
You honestly, no, I'm being deadly serious. It could be an All Black situation. Deadly serious now.
Right. I'm gonna put this
Like
on. I'm gonna pick All Black the now, right? And then I'm gonna put a poll, Harry. Right, we're gonna be live for an hour, but we're not gonna be on for ages, guys. But we're not. We've still got bits to get through. But I'm gonna make a little poll. It won't be on for too long. Can I do it? How do I do it again? I'm in the thing. Oh no.
Can you do a live poll? Can you?
I can do it, but I forget how. Oh, I know what I need to do. I know how to do it. Sorry, give me a second. I'll get a little poll in the chat.
Mm-hmm.
I need to get that wee control room thing open. Excuse me, sorry. So yeah, engage with your audience. Start a poll. There we go. Captain. Add option. Come on, hurry up. Josco. Bio. Or All Black. Very short names. That's good. Ask community. There you go, guys. I'll run that poll for like a little minute. Run that poll for a little minute, guys. Who should I captain in that pro team? That's a good team. I never came close to building a pro team. To be quite honest with you, now it does leave me with a super rare keeper, and I still have enough super rares to make a team. Now, maybe it forces me in a situation where playing specialist is definitely the play now, because I'm going to have to play. Well, I've got. So right, let's see. So I've got Soria in goals. So let's have a look at play sharper, right? Mallorca, I don't think are expected to start. Maffeo, I think he's bombed out somehow. I don't get it. I don't know if they're maybe trying to sell him. Oh no, he's back here. 85% on to play now. That's nice. He did get an assist recently, so I did find it surprising. That's good. Okay, so Maffeo, L15 of 40 as well. That's perfect. We want to see that. So we'll add in Maffeo's defence. Now in midfield, I've got 3 options. None of them are L15 under 40, but I've got Yangel Herrera, expected to start away to Villarreal for Girona. Ivan Illich, who I like a lot, starting centre mid at home, Verona versus Lecce. And then Balikwisha starting probably away for Liège against Antwerp. So I think Illich is probably the best shout there.
Probably, yeah, if I had to guess.
And then, Harry, I think we could be onto it. Because we can pick Unal, and then see for the extra spot, I've got a choice of Jordan Larson or Cunha. I could play Jordan Larson.
You could go with Larson there, couldn't you?
Let's see the Wolves team. If Cunha's like nailed to start, Man City, I know have had a comeback. People are telling me it's 3-2 to City now, but
it is.
If City are playing tonight, when is the City Wolves game? It's not even listed on Play Sharper. It must be Monday night. That's a quick turnaround for City. You know, Wolves played on Saturday. That's like 10 days they've had to prepare. I don't think Wolves did play midweek.
Well, they played. Wolves played midweek. Yeah, they did.
Took it right off the tip of my tongue, Harry.
Sorry. Yeah.
So yeah, good point. So yeah, no, I might even just go with Jordan then, because that's romantic as well.
I'd go with Jordan. Yeah.
Let's get Jordan back in the team.
Yeah, you got to, haven't you? You can't not play the boy.
Yeah, love that, man. That's a good team. And again, we're not holding our breath on it doing well, but it might do something. And then an all-star rare. So I'm going to go with De Kaiser, but I'm still going to chase the Meath. Maybe De Kaiser starts, maybe it doesn't. I've got 4 credible defenders. We spoke about them for the Pro Division. I've got Galan, got Angelino, got Pablo Mari, I've got Robbo. All definitely going to start. 2 are at home, 2 are away. They're all fullbacks except for Mari as a centre-back. They're all 3 left-backs and a centre-back. 4-2 now. Mahrez, Brace. Real Madrid game's going crazy as well, says TNFA so rare.
Yeah, 3-2.
Mental. So in defence, I don't know. I like Angelino too much. I see every time I don't play Robbo, and he scores well, I really hate myself inside. I feel bad inside.
I know what
and
you
then
mean.
and then this Mari has got big AA all over him at home and against a shit team. And I know his team's not great, but he's like the Carter Vickers in that team, you know, like
Yeah.
so. Like I've got 4 kind of mediocre options. I know I'm covering one of them with my head, so I'm maybe move my head. Or turn myself down a wee bit. There we go, so you can see his name, Galan. I'll make you a wee bit smaller, Harry, so that we're the same size. There we go. There we go. Should work. There we go. Sorted. So yeah, I find it quite tough to pick the defender in midfield. Felix Nemeka and Wirtz, no problem. Up front, only options Castellanos. So I think the extra spot I would probably put Nemeka in there, and then it does leave a spot for defence for Robbo, Mari, Angelino, or Galan. That's not bad a 4-man effort, eh? For refunding.
It's decent. It's a decent little 4. Who are you going to go in defence? You say Angelino?
Maybe Angelino because he takes sets, but he's away to Union, and you reckoned
Yeah.
Union had a good game.
They are good. Yeah, Union are obviously a good team, but that's not to say that. It's not to say that they couldn't get a cheeky away goal or 2.
I'm going to pick Robbo, right? I can't.
Okay, yeah, I get
I'm
it.
just looking at him. I'm just going to pick Robbo. He's at home to Chelsea. It's a big game, big players, big games, Harry. That's how I kind of feel about these things sometimes.
Yeah,
Big
he's due a
players in
game.
big
He's
you know.
definitely due a game, isn't he? For sure.
And then we have to captain Wirtz, don't we?
Yeah, on his return, it'd be stupid not to, wouldn't it?
Now, and so that's the teams I'm ending up with, Harry. Now, is it stupid having Wirtz not in better team? I don't know. So there, I've got 3 teams. I think they're all quite capable of doing what they've been built to do.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the word obviously Woods is a big name on paper, but let's not forget his first game back. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not. I don't think you're missing out on too much if he does. Like, you know what I'm saying? I can't see him like going crazy, and then you regretting not playing him, of course. But no, I think you've done what you've considering you haven't got your Celtic boys and your main boys playing. You've managed to conjure up 3 teams there, which especially the rare pro one. I think it has a chance to do something. And yeah, obviously, I think you'll definitely get ETH, whether you get the 250 or not. I don't know, but you'll definitely scrape the bottom, I'd hope, if Tati plays. And then the specialist is exciting.
Yeah,
You just don't
specialist.
know if Barca have an off day. They have an off day, and that's where you capitalize.
Yeah, for sure. Timothy Weah to Brighton. Apparently that's happening.
Interesting. Okay.
Wirtz will probably play, not Haller. We're talking about the Bundesliga draft again. And on the poll, by the way, the votes, guys, keep the votes coming. Oblak was leading it for a moment there, but Josko Guardiola is now back in the lead again. He's been really running the vote, so I don't know if he's trying to troll me by getting Oblak voted in as captain or whatever, but we've been running the poll for like 6 minutes. There's 22 votes. There's about 60 of you here. It's in the live chat. Just open your phone. You don't need to say hi or get a fist bump or anything if you're embarrassed. You don't want to get your fist bump on stage or anything. But just drop a wee vote. Who should I captain for that team? Do I go with Oblak, who's going to hopefully get a clean sheet? Guardiola, who's at home to Bayern. Now, Bayern probably score because Blaswich is not a great goalkeeper, but Guardiola will be getting all the balls out the back. He does like to play good balls up front, and he's a machine. He can get good AA in a game like this. Or do we go for Fakun Bayo, who, like, he's not played much, right? I'll just show you his scores on screen, but he's capable of getting a decisive, and he's starting to add some AA into his game. And he did have some AA into his game when he was in Belgium. So, maybe Watford batter Rotherham 4-0 and Bayo's involved in a bunch of it,
Possibly.
Let me know, guys. We'll let it run for we'll let the poll run for an hour. Like, let's say we've been streaming, Harry, we've been here for 155. We'll let the poll run for another 3 minutes. We'll decide the captain. And then we'll wrap up any loose ends we've got in the live chat. There's still tons of stuff coming in, guys. Let us know what you're thinking. Please do like the stream while you're here before you leave for the night, of course, as well. I think Robbo will do well. Chelsea 10th in the league. Yeah, good shout. Sorare, Josh, by the way. I have Blaswich on my rare. Well, he's the number 1 keeper for Leipzig, but he was not bought to be a number 1 keeper. He was bought to be like a number 3 keeper or something, So, God, yeah. I hope the guy does well, and I hope it's a clean sheet for Leipzig. I'm totally with you. Captain Bayo or Oblak, says Maxime. Get involved in the vote. Josko's winning at 43% now. I would happily take a Blaswich this week, because then I would have another goalkeeper playing a match, and then at the Kaiser I could actually replace with an actual keeper that's playing football, and I would definitely get Ethan, maybe chase a card with cards like Wirtz backing it up. We're up to 29 votes, guys, but half he's here. That's cool. Well, we'll be running for another couple of minutes. Harry, I feel like I've been talking a lot. I'm going to let you anything coming into the game
No,
week, expectations, thoughts, feelings, the announcement yesterday, anything you've yet to get off your chest or you want to bring up?
not particularly. I mean, yeah, I saw the training thing got announced today, didn't it? So training's going to be a little bit easier, apparently. Like we just don't have to, submit as many lineups and stuff. But yeah, I think the whole progression thing yesterday, like it just makes a lot of sense in terms of like the trajectory they want you to go down in terms of starting at limited to or cap 240 and going 220, going to 240, 270, and then the regions and then down to kickoff rare. It just like the path makes sense, and I think it's good. Just for like onboarding and making the transition from like being a free to play player into a paid player, just to see that visual. Okay, well, if I am starting here, there is a route. I'm not saying it's possible to get to. Not everyone can get to unique. It's just not possible. It doesn't work like that. That's like saying everyone's going to be a multi-millionaire in life. It just doesn't work, unfortunately, right?
No, it definitely
Just
doesn't.
the way the world works. So, but the option is there. Like it is a possibility. And I think that's like needed. I think you definitely need that with a game like this. And yeah, no, honestly, I think it makes a lot of sense, and I'm excited to see where all this updates go. I didn't listen to the spaces today, to be honest, but someone said that like it seems like what they've done with the timings and stuff for Europe and America is like coinciding with the Prem and that coming hopefully to make it friendlier for all the users that are familiar with the Prem, i.e. FPL players and whatever. So yeah, that makes sense from a marketing standpoint. You're going to want to appeal to the bigger audiences in that sense, in terms of where they live geographically. So yeah, no, it's exciting times. And yeah, I'm just excited to see where this year really takes us, to be honest. Quinn, it's my 2-year anniversary today on Sorare.
Happy anniversary! Oh, Harry, happy anniversary, my man. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Welcome to the
Thank
2-year
you.
club.
Thank you.
Woo!
I know, finally made it. 19th
What are you going to do to
of
celebrate? You're going to
January.
get a pizza and a beer or something? What are you going to do?
I don't know. I think I'm going to go out for a little bit of grub later. All my friends are they're having to work. Like all the boys who go to college, they have to work a basketball game tonight, like in the University of Tennessee basketball game, like as a volunteer. So none of my friends are actually around tonight. So it might be a lonely pizza on my own. But no, I don't know. It's a weird one. Like it's so crazy to think I've been playing this game for 2 years.
Yeah.
2 whole years. Like it's actually nuts. It really has flown. But I made a nice little thread on Twitter just of like a couple of the memories of meetups and God knows what else, and a couple of my victories and stuff, and just how I basically started this game with 1.5k. I started this game with on January 19th, 2021, and I've managed to turn it into my full-time gig, which is something that I'm really proud of, to be honest. So long may it continue, and we'll just see what.
Harry boy.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see. We've got some big plans, me and you, the Quinn Dog, for content and stuff going into this new year now. So yeah, I'm just really grateful to be in the position I am in, to be honest. Like I'm not here making hundreds of thousands of pounds or anything, but that's not what I'm asking for. I just want to do something I enjoy, and something that I'm passionate about at the end of the day. And football for me and you, Quinn, is obviously our passion. And if there's any way of us to do that for more hours of the day than not, then I'm gonna jump at it. And I think you're obviously in the same boat as me. So yeah, I'm just super grateful, and I know you are as well. So we'll just see where it takes us.
Yeah, and many more to come, Harry boy. 2 years down, many more to come. Exciting times. A lot of stuff is getting rumored and getting murmured to be coming and going in the coming weeks. We're getting some party emojis for you, Harry, in the live chat. I've closed the poll.
Love it, lads.
Josco won it, so it's Captain Josco. Thanks to everyone that participated in the poll. We are also linked to Seville Club Bruges, and Goncalo Guedes has been confirmed to move on loan to Benfica, Harry.
I did see that. Yeah, that is done. I was looking on Twitter just then, to be fair, mate. Yeah, that's an interesting one. Very interesting. I don't know. Obviously, the more the merrier in terms of quality wingers and whatever. But they've just signed two young Danish and Norwegian lads who I thought would be getting a lot of game time. But bringing in Guedes is a big statement.
Big left wing move as well. Like
Yeah.
he'll boss it in that division. Like he'll be so
Oh,
good.
you'd think so, wouldn't you?
Aye, well, would be amazing. Even because he's been really bad in Champion Euros a midfielder card, but him in Challenger, it's not going to be a problem that he's a midfielder card. Like he'll get lots of dual success. Up, Harry's dropped off. Harry will be back shortly, guys. But we are basically at the end of the stream. I hope you have had good fun with me and Harry tonight. Don't forget to get involved in the Road to Glory video. It's on the channel now and out Wednesday. The End Product podcast will be out tomorrow. There's tons of stuff happening on this channel, Sorare TV, here, there, and everywhere. Please do stay tuned to all the content, and I'll do my best to. And also as well, oh, by the way, before we do leave tonight, I do have the giveaway recipient. Your card is in the post, Sorare Dan. Fist bump. I seen you in the live chat. I've caught your comment response. The winner of tonight's giveaway, your card is now with you. You can use it for this game week, and I hope it does you the best. Good luck to everyone this game week. I hope you have a great time. Don't forget to smash it up. And I will see you, I'll see you in the next couple of days and stuff. Take care. Bye-bye.